Luke would never say that. I'm sorry. Well, in this version, see, I'm talking about the George Lucas Star Wars. This is the next generation of Star Wars. So I almost had to think of Luke as another character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke Skywalker.
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies, and I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
He's not my Luke Skywalker. I said to Ryan, I said, Jedis don't give up. I mean, even if he had a problem, he would maybe take a year to try and regroup. But if he made a mistake, he would try and right that wrong. So right there, we had a fundamental difference.
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But
have you been keeping Rey's secret from the beginning? Did you know about the parentage? Like, tell me about that journey of when you found out.
No. At the beginning, there was toying with like an Obi-Wan connection, and then it really went, there were like different versions, and then it really went to that she was no one. And then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched me the film and was like, oh yeah, Palpatine's granddaddy. And I was like, awesome. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, oh, we're not sure. So it kept changing. So then even I was filming and I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be.
But this was incredible.
Fuck you!
What's up, all my actuals, droids, and Wookiees? Anna, also known as thatstarwarsgirl, and I'm joined by Jessi!
Me! I was feeling sentimental, so I switched back to my horse picture for the day.
Are you going to be on camera? I didn't even ask.
I am not, because I finally get to go give my lessons again, because my students...
You looked fine!
I will set up a light then and turn it on if it will make you happy, but I had to go get my fencing lesson this morning. I came back, immediately had a meeting with my agent, and then it was showtime. So
you look fantastic. Turn your camera on. But Jessi, I wanted to tell you, and I forgot until I started playing the clips. So remember how last time we were on my channel, how it was fun? There you go. How it was great. We got Mary and Kelly on, and we talked about pizza and Martin Luther King. And did I like miss something? Did we talk about like hardcore porn on that stream?
No. The only thing I remember distinctly topic-wise was somebody in the chat getting annoyed that we were talking about Harry Potter for too long.
Okay, but I want to know, did we have discussions of intimate sexual experiences focused on body parts? Did we have blurred nudity with recognizable body parts? And that was not used in educational context? Or did we talk about implied sexual acts, sensual dancing? Because I want you to know, we got why did I do that? Oh yeah, because I need to add this to stream. So a human reviewed this and found it was suitable for limited ads, but this is what happened. So apparently me, you, Kelly, and Mary had a discussion of intimate sexual experiences focused on sexual body parts, even if covered, blurred nudity with recognizable body parts, even when used in an educational context or news reporting, implied sexual acts, sensual dancing in a professional setting with limited clothing, sex toys without human contact or nudity, or realistic representation of genitalia.
So basic, because this is not even talking about these things. What they're saying is we had porn on that show.
Basically.
So here's the counter to that, right? Screenshot this shit, take it to YouTube.
Wow. What? Like, what?
You know who's gonna be the most upset? Mary is gonna be the most upset about missing a stream where I was apparently showing my tits off. I mean, fuck. She's gonna be pissed that she doesn't remember it, because God, apparently we're all just naked having an orgy, even though we're in 4 different fucking places.
I know. So I saw that, and a human reviewed this and said that what was in our stream, and I clicked through it and I was like, what the fuck did we even talk about in that stream? And I'm like, we talked about pizza. We talked about, fighting racism. And I was like, when did I leave? Like, was that when I took like a bathroom break and then you, Mary, and Kelly just talked about your sex?
No. When you took bathroom breaks, all we did was take our shirts off and shake our boobies.
Mary, there was an orgy. Why wasn't I invited? I know.
Apparently you were, Mary. Apparently you were there. Apparently all 4 of us last week on the Matriarchy were just having an orgy, or 2 weeks, whatever was on the Matriarchy. All 4 of us were just having an orgy.
Like, look, I'm not even, like, this is what it says. And I'm just like, when did we talk about any of this shit?
This is the kind of thing I would screenshot that, send it to YouTube support, and be like, I feel like I'm being targeted because I had an all-women show with 4 women, and I feel like we are being targeted because we are women on the internet. That's what I should. When I get hit with this shit, my first response is, oh, you did this to me because I'm a woman. You did this because I'm Jewish. Hey, if I have to deal with your bullshit of you constantly telling me how I'm wrong and racist and terrible and all these identities are so virtuous and crap, well, guess what? When it's my turn to bitch about something, I'm going to pull the same goddamn cards.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I should do that. I should at them on Twitter and say, hey, this was an all women's panel talking about, the fight against racism, and then talking about our favorite pizza.
Yeah.
There was none of this. It's like you're trying to exploit women. Mm-hmm. But so, damn it, Kelly, the one time I have you on my channel and you decide to talk about hardcore.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Kelly.
Oh my God. To be fair, my cat was naked the whole stream. That is true.
So yeah, I mean, there was a naked pussy on stream. There was a naked pussy on stream for a lot of it, so.
I know. Thank you, Russell Hall, for the super chat. Wait, which video was this? Boobies? What did I miss? I know. Apparently, I missed it too. I was not aware that this happened on my stream. And you know what's funny? Is it didn't get flagged on this channel. It got flagged on my other channel that I re-upload my streams to. So apparently none of this happened on this channel, but the second I, downloaded it and transferred it to my other channel, all of a sudden there was basically porn and sex toys.
So what you're saying is you gave it to Tyler Durden to display single frames of pornography into it before re-uploading it to your channel.
Apparently I did.
It just seems reasonable.
Shiny, what's up? Thanks for the Anna. What did I walk into? We're talking about my last time we had this stream on my channel. A human flagged it as basically like porn. I should just tweet this out right now. It's bullshit, but thank you for the super chat. So yeah, the chat is upset now because apparently we all missed this. We were all there.
Yeah, we all freaking there. I'm now disappointed. I feel like this could have been the pinnacle of my career, and I was off somewhere missing it.
I know. It's like, wow, where was I? I was like,
to bring Fight Club into it one more time. This is the greatest moment of your life, and you're off somewhere missing it. That's what I feel like is happening to me.
If ever there was a time where I was going to be on air with 3 other women performing sexual acts, I would want to be conscious and remember it, Because it seems like it's going to be a momentous occasion, but apparently I missed it, and so did you, and so did all the other women that were on.
To be fair, the only context in which I would ever be likely to be having an orgy with 3 other women online would probably be one where I would be like, where I wouldn't remember it because I would have been roofied or something.
That's true. That's true. But I'm saying if I wasn't.
Maybe that happened. Maybe we just don't know. Maybe somebody went around, roofied all 4 of us.
Did we all just get roofied and was on stream and didn't remember? People are saying to play the stream. You know what? I fucking might. Let's actually do. We'll EFAF this stream real fast. Okay. I'm not gonna do. I don't even know if I have shared audio on. Okay, so let's
find on
YouTube. So it's private right now. Okay, so we got George Lucas. We got my little intro. Then we all appeared. None of us were on camera either.
Oh, we weren't even on fucking camera.
We weren't on camera, but apparently
you're on. Maybe
it's because. Oh, was it me? Was it because I played The Witcher? Was that what it was? Let's see. I don't even think so. Is it just me moaning over Henry Cavill got this? Like, look, we literally talked about pizza.
Yep.
Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. A 3-girl orgy would definitely bring back Kelsey. You know what? It would. But Jack Show's not on my channel, so maybe we'll tempt him with that next time it is. Okay, and so then we talked about, Martin Luther King Day and how Disney disrespected it. And then, we talked about the way that George Lucas treated black men versus Disney. He didn't shrink them on the poster. Okay. Oh, we talked about relationships between interracial couples.
Mm-hmm. That's probably it. Because clearly the world isn't ready for black men dating white women. So when we talked too much about black men dating white women, it was clearly way too scandalous. It's like back in the day when anything gay was considered like R-rated, It's
I'm gonna send the link to Mary and Kelly, ladies. If you want to come on, you don't have to, but if you want to, so we can figure out what the source was of this hell. I'll send you ladies the link. Kelly, I'll email you. Mary has it. Let me find Kelly. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? And I was going to message you guys about it. But then I realized I'm like, oh, it's like the middle of the night and nobody is awake but me. I have weird hours. But I'm baffled. When did we talk about anything sexual except for, me talking about Henry? I think that's about it. But I wasn't talking about explicit body parts.
Not that I heard. Just 4 a.m. things. That's right.
Huh?
Someone in the chat's like, yeah, just 4 a.m. things. Yes, these are 4 a.m. things.
What the hell's your email, Kelly?
Nice. Mary and Kelly are both game. Dude, speaking of women, of lady streams and shit. So Mary came on last night on my channel, and we brought on Sweet Pea, one of the listeners, and then and Emily, another one of my listeners who's been on before. And we had so much fucking fun. Anna, we'll have to bring Sweet Pea on the Matriarchy sometime because she's super cool. She's super fun. She just has a lot of like the perfect. She's just like another us. It's great.
Hey, Krista, Mary, did you show porn on my channel?
I admit it. It was the subliminal messaging.
I'm pretty sure you were
God damn it. Yeah. Oh, of course. Now, when Krista, the most innocent one in the fandom ministry,
right,
is when you're talking about porn.
Yep.
But Kelly, I emailed you. Don't worry if you can't come on.
I think she said she can be here in a few minutes. So hopefully.
Okay, cool. Charlie's birthday, Mr. Anna, would you why you so lewd with Henry Cavill? Oh, because my body is ready. That's why. Monkey, thank you for the super chat. Anna McKinney90 would love to do an art stream with you. He's a talented guy and would make his day, heck, his whole year. Well, I'm still trying to figure out doing the art streams, and I'm waiting to kind of get that channel monetized. So I will keep that in my mind for when I am planning out my streaming schedule. Because right now, honestly, I fucking hate streaming. I hate it. It kills my channel when it actually is fun. All it does is like hurt the thing that I'm it's like an uphill battle every day. So I hate it. But then it's like when you're doing it, it's fun. But then the repercussions of it suck. So it's like, I love it.
Why is that? Why is that with YouTube? You would think that they would want streaming. That's such a huge boost in super chats and inflow.
It's because it uses a lot of RAM or something. Nick Rekieta was explaining it to me because he's the opposite of the YouTube. The way that YouTube works is that a bunch of content creators, it's like their main form of income, and the way that YouTube makes money off of them is from their videos, and then the super chats is just like a supplemental income, where Nick is the opposite. And so it actually it's not viable for YouTube to be doing streams because they're doing this huge amount of output and they're getting nothing back, whereas they do, a 10-minute video and it makes the same amount. So YouTube doesn't promote it because they don't like it. And it's like, the stupid, but whatever.
Shit.
There's a reason.
But it builds that camaraderie and that connection with your community in a way that I think is harder to do via videos.
They don't care. They do not care about that at all. Mary, they flagged one of the most innocent streams I've ever done.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the grand scheme,
focusing on sexual body parts. Like, they don't fucking care.
Nobody was even on screen. That's the crazy part. Like,
I don't think we turned on our camera once.
You talk about Henry Cavill all day, every day. All right.
I have a video talking about how my uterus exploded.
Yeah, dude. I do not understand. Like, this was a person that flagged this, right? This was somebody.
Yeah. It's well, no. So it got held or like liable, and so I had them appeal it, and a human had to come and review it, and this is what they put for what.
A human. So a person at YouTube said this.
Mm-hmm.
What
that tells me is that they just didn't do it. Is they just they saw that what you got flagged for. They probably saw that was a stream called the Matriarchy. Oh, it's women. So I'm sure they must have did. Fuck you. Honestly, it may be sexism. Who knows? Or it may be personal. Maybe the person reviewing it is familiar with your channel and said, "Fuck it, I'm just going to leave it like that." Like,
see, I feel like this is probably because everybody knows the Fandom Menace, right? Like, it's a big blown up thing. We're probably on some fucking watch list over at YouTube. And so I feel like it was probably a person who was like, oh yeah, no, we'll just easy out this. That's that Star Wars girl. Fuck this.
They're like, fuck you, Anna. We don't care.
But that's crazy that there's no other form of recourse, right? Like, nobody could watch that stream and in their right mind say that there was anything lewd or indecent about it.
The Witcher. Let me read this. J Lord, thank you for the Anna. Why did you dress your avatar like a slave? So the reason why it's me as Slave Leia is because Slave Leia is fucking awesome. She killed Jabba the Hutt in this fucking outfit when no other fucking human, alien, man, woman could. She fucking did it in a gold bikini.
That's right.
Women empowerment. Also, it's cute and it makes my boobs look fantastic, even if it is a cartoon. And it's for Cecil and his comic. So go back, cash grab. So that is why. But okay, one more, and then we get back on the convo. Dex, the thing YouTube's new exploding womb algorithm detected it. Well, you know what's funny is you can catch when they do glitches in the algorithm, because I posted a video yesterday, and usually, within posting it, when you see likes, that usually means views. If all of a sudden, you get 20 likes within like 30 seconds, that usually equals views. And like, especially if you refresh it. And I noticed for like 11 minutes, me, Yellow Flash, and a few other channels had no views on our videos that we all posted around the same time. What? And it was just me checking videos or checking channels. What's up, Kelly?
Hey, guys.
Were you talking about porn when I went to the bathroom?
Not that I remember, but I don't know. My memory might have deceived me.
# blame Kelly.
Your naked cat.
It's my naked cat. She's so exposed.
Blame Nova.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? It's so bizarre. Has this ever happened to any of you before?
Not to this extent.
I was
gonna say, I've seen a lot of things. This is not one of them.
I've gotten the hit for for a copy, or like I got the automated one for something that's not relevant, but I've never had a human review confirm a completely irrelevant one. I've had human reviews confirm ones where I'm like, okay, I really don't think this is doing that, but I can see how you could justify it. I have never before had a human review confirm one that's this ridiculous and outlandish.
Yeah, this is nuts. This is completely nuts. I blame the cats.
Cool, everyone.
Yeah, it's all the cats.
Everyone that's in the chat right now, I want you to vote on whose fault it is. Who brought up porn?
You know they're gonna fucking do it for me. You know they're gonna blame me.
Is it me, Jessi, Mary, or Kelly?
Kelly.
Yes. Hashtag blame Kelly. All right.
Blame Kelly. We're gonna get on board. We all scapegoat Kelly. Then we start pointing fingers at each other. No chance. We all just agree that it's Kelly's fault.
Exactly. Kelly being the least likely one of us. That's just.
That's why we all have to hang up on her, because otherwise we run the risk of whoever she points the finger at, everyone's just going to believe.
Exactly, right?
Everyone, go to the community section of my channel and go vote for who you guys think.
Oh wait, I think Kelly just confessed to it being her fault, though.
It was okay. So here we go. I got this up. Everyone, go vote. Who the hell do you think it is? I'll do a little refresh. Who did it?
Kelly.
Mary!
No! Oh my god!
I knew that shit was gonna happen.
Right now, it's Mary, so it's Mary's fault. As of right now, that we. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to stop this real fast and switch back accounts. So
I'm voting for Anna, or not Anna, for Kelly.
I know I can vote for Kelly too. I'm voting for Kelly. So far, Jessi is the most innocent one on this stream.
Really, a lot like, and nobody is like it's Jessi's fault. Everyone's like, no way, of course not.
That's so funny. Yeah, Jessi, yours is consistently dropping.
Yeah, Jessi's too busy on Live It.
You know, I think it's because
over there. So
if Jessi were to do it, then it would be very it would be considered educational, because when Jessi talks about that kind of stuff, it's like down to the fucking, like, this is how you would write a manual on this kind of stuff.
She literally pulls out a graph and a chart.
Yeah. This is where his tongue was for the first few minutes, and then it moved down a little bit, and it was like next fucking level for the next 10, and yeah, we'll just do it that way. And here's the point of insertion.
See, now this stream might deserve
This is gonna get it, yeah.
Here's Bobby Sue before Jeff. Here's Bobby Sue after Jeff.
I'm gonna laugh if this stream of us talking about this gets flagged as well.
Yes, I want it. My favorite thing ever was when my stream got struck down in the middle of streaming while I was sharing a YouTube video from my own channel.
Oh,
yep.
Why?
For copyright, apparently.
Oh my gosh, that's so bizarre.
Yep. Apparently, I'm just stealing someone else's. Oh wait, my own content.
Your own damn shit. So how does that even work?
YouTube is stupid and hates me.
You would tell. Thank you for the super chat. I know, but I won't tell. Well, thank you. I actually want to know. Then Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. You wake up naked in a soundproof glass cell. Beside you are the person you hate most and your dream crush. Ooh. And you have to pick everyone's permanent cellmate. Choices: Army Hammer, Marilyn Manson, Sober Cecil. Who gets who?
Wait, beside you,
what?
Beside you, the person you hate the most. Beside you, the person you hate the most, and your dream crush. Okay, so you have to choose. So you pick which one's your cellmate, which one your dream crush's cellmate is, and who the person you hate cellmate is.
Oh.
Also, I love how you just called him Russell and did not acknowledge his new screen name right now.
Yeah, the screech thing.
Moved by the smell. Okay, do we think that's too soon?
I think it's a little too soon.
Yeah, it's a little soon.
Okay. we're calling too soon on that one. Okay.
I love Screech. Screech is awesome.
R.I.P. man.
Okay, because you're each in your own cell. So he's asking for us.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
I think the guys were just like choices are: would you guys want to be stuck with Army Hammer, Marilyn Manson, or Sober Cecil?
When he says you're each in your own, it's like we're each having to make the choice.
Yes.
But we're picking who's going to be in our cell, who's going to be in our hated person cell, and who's going to be in our crush's dream cell from those people. But we can only pick from those three people.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not kind.
Well, Sober Cecil is obviously going with the person I hate.
I knew you were going to say some shit like that. Did you see the stuff that they were talking about with Marilyn Manson the other day, though? Wasn't he trending or whatever?
Yeah, he's canceled because the Evan chick canceled.
Rachel Evan Wood or Evan Rachel Wood or whatever. So, again.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember seeing everything and how she privated she privated her Twitter because she tried to cancel someone and she got called out, so she privated her Twitter.
Oh, really?
So like a cancel that went wrong.
Oh,
that doesn't happen often.
Her first time pointing the finger at someone.
Yeah, it was like a year or two. It was at least a year ago. I remember it happening because I was like, who is this chick? And
Evan Rachel Wood is the chick who played Rachel on Animorphs back in the day. Sorry, why do I know that? Because I'm a loser. Anyway, continue.
Well, then I realized, it's the chick from the Westworld show, and she's trying to cancel someone, and it backfired on her.
We still know Evan Rachel Wood as the girl who played Rachel in Animorphs. That's true. In fact, that was probably one of her earliest roles.
And she was in a music video too, and she was married to Marilyn Manson.
Was it? Yeah. Wait, why did she fucking marry him then if he was so?
Well, she's just his ex.
Well, then she has all the reason in the world to accuse him of stuff.
Yeah.
Russell says those stories are BS, but it's still Marilyn Manson.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not even a fan of Marilyn Manson, but I heard he had ribs removed and he could do weird shit to himself. So
yeah, he got his bottom ribs removed to the pleasure of himself.
I heard that
it was Mary. See?
I heard that was not true, though. That the rib thing was just a rumor. That didn't actually happen.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That it was a rumor.
Skinnier.
No, that's
true or not. I feel like I could yuck it up with Marilyn Manson.
I was gonna say, like, I'm torn right now because I could definitely have a really good time hanging out with Marilyn Manson. I feel like I've heard him speak in interviews. I feel like I would have a really good time chatting with him, but I'm also, I feel like I can take Armie Hammer. I can handle it. Like, kinky and just everything short of cannibalism. You know, maybe like the weird rape stuff. Like,
imagine Jessi, you go to sleep and he's like trying to saw off your toe with the shit.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why I'm keeping Armie Hammer for me, though, is because the choices are having him in my cell or putting him in the cell with my biggest crush, which I guess would be Jeff. And I'm not going to risk Jeff's safety. I also feel like Jeff will have a good time hanging out with Marilyn Manson. And I can just, do what I will. What we'll do is I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to dom the shit out of Armie Hammer and see how he likes that.
I don't know who Armie Hammer is.
He eats women.
He was in The Lone Ranger. Did you watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Henry Cavill?
I do remember the Lone Ranger movie.
He plays the husband in.
Did you watch The Social Network?
No.
He also played the husband in the Ruth Bader Ginsburg movie, and he was in that Call Me by Your Name with Timothée Chalamet.
Okay.
Okay, I show you a picture. You haven't seen The Man from U.N.C.L.E.? He was great in that.
Wait, so he was accused of eating people, or
where were you when this happened?
How did you miss this? He apparently has a cannibalism kink, and he's also like into really, really kinky shit where he like sets up rape scenes and doms the crap out of women, and then also kind of cheated on all of them repeatedly over and over, and now they're pissed and telling all of his personal private business online. And apparently one of those things is that
holy hell,
he is aroused by the idea of eating human flesh.
How do I know none of this? This is like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
It's weird. We read it on air one day, Mary. This is him. You see, he's tall, blonde, and handsome. Like, look, he's even taller than Henry Cavill. Like,
he's a goddamn good-looking guy.
He's very handsome. He's very wealthy. His name is Armie Hammer because the Arm and Hammer.
Yeah.
His grandpa invented that.
Oh, what? That's fucking stupid.
But so he was talking to these girls on Instagram, and then they all released all the DMs where he was saying like, "Oh, I like." basically rape fantasies, and then he said to the one girl that he wanted to cut off her toe and keep it in his pocket.
Ouch.
Kitten.
Oh my God.
Why?
Oh God.
Yeah. So this handsome man right here, that has, the world on his shoulder, can afford anything, basically has his own private island.
But he wants toes.
He wants to cut off your toe and keep it in his pocket.
He wants toes in different area codes.
Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Like, the only thing I can think is, what do you get out of that? Like, except for a toe.
No, he explains it, Mary. He wants to, so he has a piece of you with him at all times.
That's fucking weird.
And he like visualizes like eating their brains and their. Me and Jessi read it. It was an experience.
It was. Oh my god, because there were so many fucking. But then we also started to realize that it was a like it's just like the level that it went. Like how many different women, like how deep in the kink community he was. Like it wasn't just like he wanted to go get his rocks off with his weird cannibalism fetish. I think he's might even be like a sex addict on top of it too, where it's like,
yeah,
you gotta have woman after woman after woman,
but he wanted permission for all of this.
Well, we're all pissed off. Well, the thing is, we don't know how consensual any of these things are
seemed pretty consensual. One girl was talking about how. Well, one of the DMs, he tells this girl to rent an apartment so when he comes and visits her, they can just fuck there.
Exactly.
And then she talks about how she was into it, but then she wasn't allowed to have like a relationship, even though he was married.
So it's the kind of thing where it's like, it was all very like consensual and easy to justify in the context of like the kink community, but that he was one of these people who actually, you know what, a really interesting take on it was Andy Signor, who talked about like how fame affects you differently. So a regular person who's got a weird cannibalism fetish or whatnot can just go online and be in the kink community and this and that and just express it whatever they want to. But fame affects you differently, and it puts you in this place where you forget how much power you have, and you forget how much, and you forget, you lose sight of what is normal. And so it's really easy. His take was like, he's got to get that shit under control because it's really easy for someone in his position to give into those desires and give into those desires and then cross more and more lines, and all of a sudden he's actually biting into human flesh, and no one's telling him it's wrong because because there's no one to stop him.
Right.
He wants your toe in his pocket.
That's a rotten shame. I'd have given him a fingernail.
I know, you can give him some of my hair. It's like, but you know how this is what was my take on it. I'm like, okay, how SJWs, you have to be this person to play this role. Like Hannibal Lecter,
Got it.
You know, like Jeffrey Dahmer, that would have been like, that's a freaking
perfect,
legit role.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Armie Hammer was just smarter than we all realized, and he just caught onto this trend of you have to play the role. You know, you have to think to play the role. So maybe he planted the seeds of cannibalism because secretly that's all he wants to do for the rest of his life is just play fucked up roles about people who eat people. So
I mean, like, that seems legit to me. Like, if that's the path we're going to, God, there's a lot of work out there for him.
Like, look at this. Like, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. I can see him having a toe.
The only problem is he gets way too super into it on set, right? And then like you have a problem.
That's the thing we were talking about. Apparently, there's one like where he has to strangle. I think it was Margot Robbie or something, and everyone's like, that wasn't acting, that was real.
Fuck.
Method acting. Really got into the role.
Oh God, maybe that's what started it all.
What if this to me would be like I want this to happen because to me this would be the perfect example of why woke culture is ridiculous and why inclusivity is not the right word that you're thinking of sometimes when you want to go this route. Let's include everyone. Let's include Armie Hammer. Let's make a fucking movie about Armie Hammer the cannibal and try to convince people that if you don't like it, it's because you're bigoted against people with different sexual identities. Let's make that fucking movie and peddle it down people's throats. Just that I would love for that to happen because I feel like then society will finally go, yeah, we're done with this bullshit.
See, I'm so on the fucking wire about this because I truly believe in like, you do you, honey boo, and as long as something is consensual, right? Like as long as two people are agreeing to it, it's none of our fucking business. And so they should be able to do whatever the hell they want. But at the same time, I'm still sitting over here like wanting to scratch my head because it feels itchy now.
So, which is actually, it's funny, this is a very similar take that I had of like, there's more to this than there is. Because I do legitimately feel really, really bad for him that all these women are coming out and spilling all this stuff about him. Because for from what we've seen, it doesn't seem like he's done anything illegal.
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. It's like, what's the repercussions? Now just everybody knows, but I mean, he didn't do anything illegal. He didn't actually eat someone.
Exactly.
He just really wanted to.
Exactly.
I'm afraid to ask this, but is cannibalism illegal?
Yeah.
Like
I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
It is
I would think that it's illegal, but I'm like, is there like, did somebody actually have to make that law? I'm gonna look.
Yeah. No, Anna, there was a story not that like when we were probably in high school, I was probably in high school about of some guy who wanted to die. This was like back in the early days of Craigslist, and everyone's like, Craigslist is the weirdest place in the world because some guy went on there who wanted to die. And some guy went on there who really wanted to know what it was like to eat human flesh. And so
yeah, I've heard about that.
these two people hooked up, and he flew out to Germany so the guy could, so he could kill himself, and this guy could kill him and eat him.
Yeah, the Cannibal Cafe is actually a meeting ground for people that both have either cannibalistic tendencies or people are attracted to being eaten, the concept of being eaten. That case in Germany or Austria was the guy was actually suicidal. And I think he just wanted like someone to be with him when it happened. And that was really, really dark stuff.
Really. I didn't know about the Cannibal Cafes. I knew about that situation, which was that one guy just didn't want to live anymore. And the other guy was like, I'll be here for you if I can eat your flesh.
Yeah,
that was a thing. There's fucking cannibal
cafe. Well, it's a meeting ground. It's an online thing, so it's almost like a Craigslist-esque site, but specifically for people that have cannibalistic tendencies or desires, or people that are willing to be eaten.
It's really not illegal.
No.
In the United States, there are no laws against cannibalism per se.
But there are laws about like desecration, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
The
desecration of
if not all states have enacted laws that indirectly make it impossible to legally obtain and consume body matter. Murder, for instance, is likely a crime. Like, so they're basically so you basically can't kill someone and eat them because it doesn't matter if that's consent. You're still killing someone.
Right. What if they're alive and you're eating them alive?
Or it's not technically illegal, but every way you can think of to get human flesh is basically illegal.
Wait, I might have it around this though. What if, okay, this is a really weird rabbit hole to go down, but what if, say, they removed a body part before killing themselves? So it's no longer the desecration of a corpse, it's a part of a body that has been detached, right? And then they kill themselves afterwards, right? But like is that
I think Funny had it. I think Kelly had it though. If you have two people and one of them consensually removes a piece of their flesh and offers it to you to eat, is there a problem?
This is so fucking
maybe
weird.
Morally.
Well, yeah,
morally, hell yeah, ethically, fuck yes, but like legally, where does self-harm? Like if you're
oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is so, I love how we're having like this legitimate conversation of the ethics of cannibalism.
Jesus Lord.
No, but hey, the stream where we talked about the fight against racism and pizza.
That's
sexual content.
But cannibalism, that's on the up and up.
Cannibalism, we'll see what happens when this gets re-uploaded. We'll see how bad it is. I feel like now I just kind of want to rebel against the system.
Holy shit balls. I did not mean to take us down this path. I just didn't know who the fuck Army Hammer was.
It's okay. I'm surprised you didn't hear about that. That was everywhere.
When was this?
Like a couple weeks ago. It all broke right around at the beginning of the year, really. Actually,
like the second or third week.
It's
like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure
I think I might know why I was out of the loop at that particular point, but I won't say on air.
Mark the tweets. I'll send them to you right now.
I think I might know why I was out of the loop. I was unwell for a little bit there, and so
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
I'm fine now. So
well, the one thing I would say is a lot of people didn't cover this. And it's because they're afraid of Armie Hammer's family coming after them and taking their channels away. So that's why that's why there's almost no news about it. And a lot of people just wouldn't talk about it on YouTube because his family will do that. Like the only reason he got the job in The Social Network and the only reason like he got certain things that maybe I should stop talking. But It's because his family will just, he's a trust fund kid. If he wants something, he just goes and tells mommy, daddy, grandpa, and they get it for him.
I love the chat. Really? His name is Army because the arm is his favorite cut of meat.
Oh God!
He uses a hammer to get the arm.
His favorite Halloween or his favorite holiday is Halloween because he actually gets to eat the finger sandwiches. Anna, your face.
He doesn't eat ham sandwiches. He eats ham sandwiches.
Ooh.
Nice. All right, so I sent you the link. I think the other ones might have gotten taken down, but it's the person in this thread that I sent you has it's like an audio clip that he sent to someone, and then you can go down the rabbit hole through the other tweets.
Oh, God.
And you can go and have fun read session. Here, to everyone in the chat want to go read about Army Hammer's cannibalism. Here you go. Bookmark it.
He's super into toe jam.
January 10th. There we go. That's when it happened.
Ugh, January 10th. Fucking fuck. I'm going to spend the rest of my night in a really weird, warped reality, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to the party. Jeez.
Yeah, originally Jessi and I kind of talked about what we're going to talk about on this show, and then of course it never goes as planned. And of course I remember as I'm playing, like Mark Hamill just going, what happened to my life? I was like, oh yeah, what happened to my life? Oh yeah, my stream got in trouble on the other channel. I wonder if it's in trouble on this one. And so I decided to talk about it.
And I love the shirt, by the way.
Huh?
I love that R2D2 shirt.
I got this shirt in 2012. Actually, 2010.
I love it.
It's from Walmart. It's for kids. And it's fantastic.
Of course it is. Of course it's for kids.
Perfect.
Walmart honestly has the best t-shirts. I'm not even lying.
My TK421 shirt did come from Disneyland, but it also was a youth large because they don't make cool shirts for women for Star Wars.
They really don't. I don't know if the men's shirt or the kids shirts. I just go for the kids shirts because they're cheaper.
But we're the sexist ones.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
No, the only Star Wars shirts that are available to me are the Japanese baby style, cutesy ones. Because clearly, girls don't like Star Wars. Get your fucking messaging right. You marketed Star Wars to boys only for so many fucking years when there were plenty of us girls out there still buying that merchandise and doing that shit. And you pivoted going, oh, only boys like Star Wars. Why? Because you thought that we only marketed to boys, so therefore only boys liked it. No, you're just so fucking stupid and narrow-minded that you didn't look outside in the world and go, we don't need to fix anything because it's not a fucking problem. All we need to fix is just, I don't know, realize that women already like Star Wars the way it is, and that you don't have to make these drastic sweeping changes to make it better because it's already fucking perfect.
Literally all you had to do was put that shit on a baby tee.
No, women's seriously, stop giving me Rey. Give me OG Star Wars merch on women's shirts.
Yeah.
Give me women's clothing, good quality women's clothing with old school style Star Wars art. Not new cutesy shit, not fucking Hello Kitty style, not fucking, oh my God, my boyfriend likes Star Wars and I want to feel included. No, serious fucking fan merch for fucking women. Because
only so Anna can stop shopping in the children's section.
I'm cheap, so I'm gonna be shopping in the children's section. And it also has to do with the length of the shirts. If I get grown-up stuff, it's really long. And so if I get kids stuff, it's the right size. I know. Also, guys, okay, so I just checked on this channel. It is, it's got the yellow little $ of death. But I haven't appealed it because I don't really check the streams after I unlist them on this channel. But I went and I checked. I'm like, did I put anything in the description? Is there anything tagged? I didn't tag anything. The title is just, the Matriarchy Live.
Right. Mm-hmm. Is that in and of itself the matriarchy somehow a buzzword?
You should.
I don't think so. It shouldn't be because it's not like that on the other one. Let's see.
Actual word. You should request a review on that one and see if it goes the same.
I was gonna say, if that's the case, then any video that ever gets put up by some jackhole SJW with the patriarch in it should get dinged.
Yeah.
So
exactly, but no.
I wonder what it was.
Huh? I do.
That's so weird.
I don't know either, but we will find out in 3 days or a week when they finally get back to me.
Whenever they get around to it. Yeah.
But I was like, did I tag something? Did I tag like racism or something? Because we're talking about Martin Luther King. Actually, did I?
And next time you come over, you could put on one of Jeff's shirts.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
I do that sometimes. Like I'll wear one of his out over like leggings with a belt. It was like a little like tunic. I've worn his hoodie out before too. I just swim in it. It's awesome.
I mean, I have like an XL shirt that I sleep in, and it's got Spock, and he's going like this, and it says "Track yourself before you wreck yourself."
What?
That's so cute.
I'm gonna put on one of Jeff's clothes are like next level. Like I disappear into them. It's exciting.
That would be a very. I'm just picturing like the photo, and I'm just like,
because that's part of it. Most of Jeff's shirts, Jeff gets long shirts because he has a long torso. So you're like a Jeff shirt on you would actually go to your ankles.
It probably would. I'm thinking about that. Like Jeff's, my whole body is probably just Jeff's torso.
Actually, since Jeff is losing a bunch of weight and is probably going to need smaller shirts soon, we should just take all of his old bigger shirts,
donate them to Anna for
dresses for Anna, and then Anna can have a whole new wardrobe.
Beautiful full-length gowns.
I am fine in my sweatpants and my kids' t-shirt.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we
think
don't
about
still
that. It's like,
see
hey,
it.
we're never like showing our full bodies on camera. We can just like I could just not be wearing pants. I could just be wearing like swimsuit bottoms and nobody would know.
Exactly.
Yes.
I frequently don't wear pants when I'm shooting a regular video. Streams I usually do because you never know getting up and down. But like on my regular videos, I'm like, I often do not wear pants because why? I just don't need to.
It's not necessary.
I have a full-on boycott against pants in this house. So
we don't really do clothes unless we're on camera.
Right?
Yeah. Well, see, I just get cold. That's my thing. So it's like I have my little heater right here that's always maxed out. I have sweatpants. Where are my fuzzy socks? I have like 10 pairs of like these thick wool fuzzy. And there's my hairbrush. Fuzzy socks.
Oh, those are the shit. Those are the shit.
They are. And I'm still fucking cold in them. But I'm like, sometimes I'm like, Kelly, I got my fuzzy pajama pants. And I just sit here and I'm like, I need to be warm, but I need to also be on camera. I don't know. During summertime, I've done that once where I had taken Tulip to the beach. And so I just had like my swimsuit on and I was like, just put a t-shirt and I'll just sit here. Nobody knows.
No one can know. That's true.
Jeff got me these to wear since it's been
cold. Oh, gosh, those look super long.
Even on my legs, where like they look like they're like halfway up your thigh because my legs are so thick they go just over the nape. But they do get over the nape, and they're super soft and they're super cute.
It's so cute. I love the window. Oh, they're blushing. So cute.
Totally get them on now and show you guys.
Oh, this is a fun question. What is the discussion about? So,
reel it in, ladies.
We started by talking about last time we were on my channel. So not last stream, but those prior stream, and how it got in trouble for a discussion of intimate sexual experiences, focus on sexual body parts, even if covered blurred nudity with recognizable body parts, even when used in an educational context or news reporting, implied sexual acts, sensual dancing in a professional setting with limited clothing, sex toys without human contact or nudity, or realistic representations of genitalia. So the conversation started out with that and trying to figure out who the fuck brought that up last time we were streaming.
And I thought we had a very, very good deep discussion on the ethics of cannibalism too. So
right.
And then I don't know how Army Hamill got brought up, but he did. And then we talked about
it was that super chat. It was that super chat that had it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. Well, we never chose our cellmate either.
I think, by the way, people in the chat, whenever they're like, what are you guys talking about? Get on topic, talk about these things. These people either must not be around that much or must spend way too much time listening to like shows where all people do is talk about topics all the time. And that's great for them. And those are great shows. But goddamn, we have so much more fun than any of those people having our shows. So if you're here for fun, tight. But I always laugh when there's always people like, talk about this more, talk about that more. Why are you guys talking about Star Wars? And I'm like, are you really so averse to fun that all you can think about is the shit we're not talking about and you're not here for this wonderful, incredible deep, meaningful, philosophical stream about the meaning of life.
Well, we talk about that stuff constantly, right? It's not like there's any lack of those moments. We're everywhere. We're all over the place talking about that stuff all of the time. You can find it super easily. But every once in a while, I like that fun has an invasion, and it's great.
Yeah, that's why I just stopped putting information in the titles and the descriptions of this video. So I'm like, you get a guess. It's like it's a gamble. What the hell are they gonna be talking about? Click on it.
Random streams are better. I agree 100%. If I make you a video, I'm gonna let you know up front what I'm gonna talk to you about. You turn on my live streams, all bets are off.
I've been getting it more and more now. I don't know if you guys have this problem where, because I stopped premiering my videos because I used to use the premiere feature, and then I was like, fuck this, it's not working. Let me just do regular content. And when I did premiere, I knew people had seen the video. So when they commented, I'm like, okay, these people have seen it because they had to watch it with the premiere. Now when I release it, all of a sudden I get a novel telling me about my video, and I'm like, bitch, it's been out for 3 fucking seconds.
Wow.
I have gotten that my entire streaming career is exactly that. Like, when there is not enough time for you to have watched the video, you have still somehow managed to write a full critique in just 2 fucking minutes of it airing, even though the video is 12 minutes long. Wow. I'm totally going to read out this really long, thoughtful thing that you took the time to write, because clearly you took the time to listen to the video I bothered to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the people do that crap all of the time. It's honestly, it's a way for them to assert themselves into the conversation ahead of the game, right? Before anybody else. And they've made up their mind, right? They magic 8-balled it. They decided what you were saying well ahead of time and just wanted to be right there at the tippy top of the comment section, mainly to just rattle you or try to unnerve you in that process. But I guess they think we're stupid and we can't figure out and sort out that there's a time difference between what you wrote and how long this video has been around. So hard to
I just laugh at the people because I'm like, you do realize that you trying to sound smart to me just makes yourself look dumb.
Yeah.
Like, because I did a video the other day and it's literally about a fan theory and how all of these things just happened at the same time that makes me go, hey, maybe this fan theory might actually be happening. It was the Darth Jar Jar thing. And I'm like, the action figures, the sequel trilogy characters didn't get action figures, but Jar Jar was in one of the 50th anniversary action figure collection.
I saw that was the Darth Jar Jar one?
Darth Jar Jar video.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, that happened, in the week. And then I saw an article saying, Darth Jar Jar. And then I, like, 2 things happened. And then I saw the artist do the Darth Jar Jar. So I was like, all right, I'm going to make a video because too many things have happened for this to just be a coincidence. And so I did a video on it. And then somebody comments, they're like, those images in the thumbnail is fan art. And I'm like, no fucking shit, Sherlock. I said that in the first 30 seconds of the video. Look at this cool fan art I saw, but they wanted to lecture me on, it's not real, it's fan art. It's like,
that's when I replied, did you watch the video? And when they're like, yeah, you're like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sure you did.
By the way, Anna, you should check on that poll you made because the results have changed drastically.
Oh,
I
God.
saw it and I'm not happy with it, so I'm not acknowledging it.
Unequivocally taking the brunt of the
Oh, wow.
Mary, you're down to 8%.
I know. How did I wind up being the least diabolical?
I don't know.
Apparently it's me and then it's Kelly.
Yeah, but you're at like 70-something% and Kelly's got 13. So clearly the audience.
In other words, it was Kelly's fault.
That's my takeaway. My takeaway is if once you remove the bias, when you remove all the 5-star reviews and the 1-star reviews, the answer clearly is Kelly.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's a good message.
Does this mean I can be the newly christened, like, innocent sweetheart of the fandom menace instead of the
Apparently you are. Apparently you are worse than me, Kelly, and Jessi. You were the least likely out of this poll to bring up sexual content on a stream.
Really hilarious, considering I was the one that coined the whole hashtag butt stuff thing. Yeah, that's but I'll take it. I've been looking to rebrand myself for a while anyway.
You know what? I'm all about bringing back one of my favorite old hashtags, which is hemorrhaging from the hoo-ha. So, hemorrhaging from the hoo-ha.
Wow. I just crossed my legs.
Voted for Mary because she's crappy. I'm not happy with this. Somebody fix it.
I can't fix it for you. I voted Kelly.
Everybody because it's funny, but we all know Kelly did it.
I have multiple accounts. I'm gonna go vote with my other accounts, and I'm not.
How many votes does this have, though? You're gonna have to like sit here making a good. It says 351 votes, Anna.
Yeah, you can't fix this.
Anna's for the rest of the day. She's like, "Fuck it." I thought I was going to bed early. She's gonna be up all night.
I know.
New accounts.
Dude, you can't do that. You can only make 10. I know. I've done it. You have to have a new phone number. Oh shit.
That's Jessi.
Sorry, that was me. My aunt.
I even told Jessi before the stream. I was like, "Yo, I haven't slept yet."
Oh wow. Okay.
And so I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to go. And I even had texted her. I was like, "Can we go earlier? Because I'm hyper right now, and I feel like I'm gonna burn out." And she's like, "Oh, I'm in the middle of something." I was like, "Ah, fuck." All right. But I don't know. I still have energy. I do.
Yeah. The best part is we got to railroad through that energy and like keep everything super hype. Because what's going to happen is if we do like another half an hour of Anna like super, and then we suddenly just chill, she'll just fall asleep right there.
Yeah, she'll just crash. Wow. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, you can get her back to something resembling a nighttime sleep schedule.
I was just hoping to get her to fall asleep again. So.
I am nocturnal. I'm used to the darkness. But I can like lose my shit for like 5 minutes. Are you guys okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like my painting.
That was so cool. It's so beautiful, Anna.
It is good.
I kind of like I texted Drunk Thebio and I was like, "Is this what it feels like to be you?"
And
he's just like, "I'm not special anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, I had to spend over 20 hours painting this. You just had to be handsome. Trust me, you're special."
Hashtag fuck the patriarchy.
Well, then I saw
that's what we need to do is we need to get Gina to come talk to us, right? Have like a ladies night with Gina.
Anna, you got that line now. When's Gina coming on the Matriarchy?
It would have to be on your channel, not on mine, because I feel like the controversy with me. I mean, you have the editor of fucking Star Wars on your channel. All the people that work, it's like a rite of passage now for employees of Lucasfilm to just preemptively block me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're the one with the line, if you want to book her, I'll take it on my channel, no problem. But, or are you asking me to try to book her? Because she don't know who I am, so.
You do it.
All right, so now I will have to go learn how to paint, spend 10 hours painting, get Gina's attention. Because I don't know if you noticed, I'm also not a handsome man. So, don't have that going. Now, I actually might have an easier time, though, dressing up as a handsome man than I would learning how to paint that well. So,
oh, God.
It's a new plan.
I'll paint it, and then you can post it like it's you.
It's way easier. I kind of like my new plan, though, where I just cross-dress and try to pretend to be the type of man that Gina's interested in.
You could just dress up like Han Solo.
Use the face app. Make yourself into a guy with the face app.
I can just pretend I'm Drunk's twin brother.
Yeah.
You could do like a total like edit of a video where it's like Han Solo falling in love with Cara Dune or whatever, but you're like Han Solo in their face app, like the reface app or whatever. Like just to like do a love story, break her heart.
Oh.
This is like a lot of hoops. I really feel like the easiest way was just for Anna to go, "Hey, I do this show called The Matriarchy. Would you like to come on it sometime?" But you know, it's cool. I'll just do somersaults and flip-flops. Somersaults and backflips.
That's a great idea. You should do that.
That's what it'll be. A literal somersaults and backflips. We'll film that. And we'll be like, "Look, Gina stunts. It's cool." It'll be great. It'll be great.
Look, she said
actually,
she loved it. She loved it, and then she said she loved it, and she said thank you, and she retweeted with hearts. I'm happy.
That is so cool.
I just had to lose my mind. And then I showed at the end of my video, this is who I'm gonna paint next.
Oh snap! Hell yeah!
Very cool.
I'm completely here for it.
I haven't picked the color scheme yet.
Is she on Twitter as well?
She is.
So there's the other.
Also on YouTube.
And she's on YouTube. I've seen her videos, or I think I saw at least one where she was training and stuff. That was really cool.
That video is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really cool. I bet she'll see it and like it. And who knows, maybe there'll be a whole nother crossover.
Yeah, here's my thing. If the Civil War at Lucas is real or if it's not real, the one thing I can say about the people that have worked on The Mandalorian versus the people that worked on anything else is the way that they interact with the fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very apparent difference between the two, right? Like, if nothing else, that Jon Favreau has been like, hey, give me that criticism, right? Like, I take it in stride. I want to hear it so that I can make things better, which is what you should do. When did that become like a lost art?
Rian Johnson, honestly, and not just for Star Wars, but in general, the way Rian Johnson it goes further back than that. It goes, and Jeff, because Jeff and I talked about this too. Rian Johnson really made it okay, but it was the gender swap craze, and going back to Ghostbusters in 2016, that was the first time they tried out the narrative of, oh, this movie failed because you don't like women. And it didn't work then, but hey, but the reason why it got perpetuated is because it feels so much better for the big egos when they drop the ball to be able to point the finger at anyone but themselves.
Yeah, it's a scapegoat. It's a way of removing that burden of responsibility for doing a good job and placing it on someone else you're just a terrible person.
But people like don't actually understand that you get better as a creative by listening to criticism.
Well, and then also him going, oh yeah, well, if The Empire Strikes Back came out right now, it got a lot of criticism back when it came out, so it's just like The Last Jedi, and it's like, oh my god,
that ego to be
and
like.
And Robot Head just shows the video of everyone loving it outside the theater, like all the old.
I saw that. It's
true. Even then, to try to like that, the level of ego there to try to put your work next to one of the greatest films ever made, like fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's how he is, and he's so unapologetic about it, and it's just like
that's something that I feel like because of Favreau and Filoni's friendship, and because of who Favreau is and how he is, that the way Kathleen Kennedy runs her company is she does not like other people who are powerful to challenge her. So that's part of why I think everyone's so stuck on this idea that Favreau is wrestling for control from her and whatnot. The whole thing is that Favreau is the first person of his caliber to come and work under Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm. Everyone else just bends to her will because because they don't have the clout. So when you bring in people like that, and it's not even necessarily in every case that it's the top actually bullying the bottom to fall in line as much as it is the bottom trying to trip over themselves to impress what they think the top is.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons that Kathleen Kennedy keeps hiring all these no-name people, right? Because they will fall in line. Because they have everything to gain by bending to whatever
and
it is.
they have no clout to hold over her head, like somebody like Harrison Ford.
It's a classic thing with someone like she came up in Hollywood at a time that it was very difficult for women. She came up in a section that was even less friendly to women than other sections, and she did get very good at the job she does. That people don't realize what her job is. Her job is hiring the right people, doing the marketing, making the money. It's a business job. It is not a creative job. She is not a creative person. But I think there's an insecurity about that and this desire to be that and do that, but maybe the realization that she's not that good at it. So when you're in charge of the company, exactly that. You hire a bunch of people who are not going to challenge you because you are, and it's also a very classic thing that you see of women who came who got powerful positions sort of before it was cool. They're very covetous of those positions. They don't like anybody else with power. Any other women, they feel like, well, there's only room for one of us. Any other men, they feel like, well, you're going to come take it away from me. So
that's the weird part about all of it. And it's actually one of the things that I've noted, the drastic difference between the mentality of someone like Kathleen Kennedy, who you're very right. She doesn't like other women. She doesn't want to make any other women powerful. It's why she hires no-name women. It's why she sticks these people with no real clout or any reputation behind them to throw around. It's why she drags them in, right? Because she's still the top dog, right? And that's the stark difference between what I see going on in a place like Lucasfilm and what I see happening in a place like the Fandom Menace, right? Where the women in this community are really fucking nice to each other, like on an all-around basis. Like you get an occasional one-off here or there, like a little psycho bag. But
I mean, not everyone's going to get along 100% of the time.
But I mean, the crazier thing is like
handle it differently.
How often do you see a group of women where we don't all necessarily are buddy or like each other, but we do all get along? We don't start shit. We don't start drama. If there's certain people that, I'm not that friendly with, I just don't stream with them and vice versa. But we're all polite. We're all civil. We're not back talking and backstabbing. But that culture is exactly what the new what female Star Wars fans are like, because they were brought in, oh, right, by a woman who's just like that.
I mean, I'm not saying there are no instances of it, but when those things happen, or when you happen to have like a psycho dip into it, for the most part, like Jessi said, you kind of behave in this sort of mutual, okay, agreed to step over here, and you go over there, and we just won't fucking deal with each other, right? You don't get all bitchy or trying to start shit, right? Except for
remembered. No, and when those incidents have happened, there are plenty of videos on Jessi's channel where she covers and you can go and see what happens.
So I just found out, by the way, somebody that I made one such video about like 2 years ago is apparently like, it has disassociated from the community that hates the Phantom Menace and doesn't hate the Phantom Menace or care about that anymore, but is still crying to people on YouTube about how mean I was and how much it hurt his feelings. And it's like, oh, she doesn't like me. We just don't. I'm like, I don't dislike you. I don't care about you. I haven't thought of you in 2 fucking years.
I thought we were talking about a woman until you said he.
No, that one though, the woman, I made the video about her. She just went and changed her entire fucking channel. She just stopped doing nerd shit. Like I ended her.
Hi, Jeff.
What's up, man?
Everyone say hi.
Bye, everybody.
Aww.
You guys can play the new game because you can't see the computer, so it just looks like Jeff staring out the windows. You can play Jeff's deep thoughts. What's Jeff thinking?
I'm still convinced he's having a hokey pokey. I'm still convinced of that.
I thought he had like a tablet and he was drawing.
What your deep thoughts are.
Oh, I could try to guess what I'm looking at.
Oh, that was decided last night. Apparently, you're just looking at hardcore.
Oh my God, I'm going to highlight the super chat in advance. Okay. Mary should remember this. Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks, the super chat released the Anna XXX cut. So, thank you for the super chat. Remember when the Matriarchy was on Jessi's channel, and I think Mary, you were a guest, and Laura was a guest as well?
I do.
Yeah. And we were talking. You guys were talking. I kind of stumbled in on the street.
Yeah.
I was driving, doing stuff, and then a certain gentleman got mentioned. That was in The Witcher. And
say Henry Cavill, Anna.
And like the chronological order of it and all of that nonsense. And then I said, you know, I like watching The Witcher, but I don't like watching all this other shit. You know, it was fun the one time, but I don't want to sit through Yennefer's fucking hunchback story again, you know? I don't care. Ciri gets to him at the end. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the whole thing with the elves in the woods. So I decided I was going to make my own cut of The Witcher, which is just all Henry Cavill.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So
tell me you haven't done that.
I might have gotten a certain way through. It's so much better, Mary. I'm telling you. It's a better show if you just watch the scenes that Henry Cavill's in.
I like Yennefer.
So when you do get to see her, it's like more special because it's like, oh,
you're justifying.
It's special. It's more significant. It's like, you know, when you have Christmas once a year, it's special. You know, as compared to that one little short where Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they wish that it would be Christmas every day, and it's not special.
I do remember that short.
If you just have Christmas on one day out of the year, it's special. So let's have Yennefer and Ciri only little snidbits, and then it's special when you get the Henry Cavill Yennefer episode because it's like, I saw like a clip of that chick as a hunchback, and now she's like this. Yo, what happened?
I honestly can't call Anna for this because Mando Merc is doing something I've always wanted to have, and I'm so excited for it, which is a Halo full playthrough where people have cut the scenes all together before, the cut scenes together, but he's doing what I've always thought would be the best version of this ever. And I say this because I also have a massive crush on the Master Chief. It's weirder because you can't see his face, but it doesn't matter. Point is, he's going to do a full so basically you have the cut scenes, but then he's going to try to do as smooth and quick of a game playthrough in between as possible so it watches like a movie. And I'm so excited for that and what it has done. I will sit down and watch all.
That actually sounds good. I would watch that because I like video game cinematics.
Dude,
if you've ever read any of the books, it's actually pretty good.
The Halo books?
Yeah.
I read the first trilogy.
I didn't know that there was Halo books. But anyways, I don't know how I'm going to release this Henry Cavill cut of The Witcher. It's not going to be called the Henry Cavill cut. It's just going to be called the Anna cut. So no one will know what it is.
You'll have to do it on a channel that's like not like you have to make another channel.
I will have to make another channel, and it'll be long, and it'll be like this is this part, this is this part. But I also want to do it in chronological order.
Yeah, that's gonna take forever.
Well, this is the loveliest thing about the internet. Somebody fucking already did it for me, so I just have to go and make sure that it's all there.
Are you serious?
It's a chart. Yeah, it's a chart, so you can see each character and what time and like what year it is in the Witcher universe. And I was like, that just saved me so much time.
Yeah, it's good. Like that.
So it will exist one day because somebody commented, they're like, oh, Gary and I forgot who the other person was that talks about The Witcher, but they were saying how there's not going to be there's going to be almost no Henry Cavill, and I'm like, just wait until that's all it's going to be. Anyways, your socks are on, Jessi.
Yeah.
Oh, panda. They're so cute.
I love their cheeks so much.
The cat pancake will come and grab, like if I'm walking around the kitchen, it'll just like grab onto my leg and try to play with it.
Oh.
It's like Anna's on a collision course headed straight for full-blown uterus explosion because she does this shit to herself.
I really do. Whatchamacallit, like Gina liked the picture, and then I was messaging Cecil, and I'm like, she's dated him twice. I'm one step closer.
God, your ulterior motives are showing.
It wasn't my first thought, but it was definitely my second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth thought. So
when Gina Carano comes on the Matriarchy, basically it's going to be me and Gina talking, and Anna sitting there doing this, and her brain going, "Don't mention Henry Cavill. Don't mention Henry Cavill."
We're like, how do I be respectful, but at the same time,
plus that
do that what is wrong with him?
Do that shit off air afterwards.
I know. I could just be totally sly about it and just be like, so on Drunk 3PO stream, you mentioned that there was this guy that built you this Alienware computer. Can you tell me a little bit more about him? You know exactly who it is.
Literally one stroll through your Twitter will tell her everything she needs to know, Anna.
I apologize. She followed me, and I was like, "Oh dear God, this woman can beat me to death in one punch." And I was just like, "I apologize for my crazy Twitter feed," and she gave this funny answer where she's like, "Oh, it's okay, we can get crazy together." And I'm like, no,
you don't understand.
I was gonna say I apologize for all my thirst tweets of your ex, but I didn't say it. I didn't.
You should have said that. Just put it right out there on the table. That would be hilarious.
I know. It's like, I'm sorry. He's, I think he's pretty.
It's Henry Cavill. My favorite was him with the mustache in Mission Impossible. I don't know why I love that one.
I used to hate facial hair, but Andrews has got it growing on me now. So
I'm with Kelly about Henry Cavill and Mission Impossible was peak Henry Cavill for me. There was something about the ruggedness and the bad guyness.
Because he was in
I love the bad guyness.
I love the way Mission Impossible does their villains too. Because Sean Harris, not so much in his appearances in this one, but as the main guy in the last one, was like, he's not even good looking in that role, but I'm like, I'm kind of into you because you're such a good villain.
Yeah, good villain. Awesome.
Such good villainy.
A good villain, I feel like they're not that common because they can be so flat when their motivations are just too clear and almost too obvious. But when it's a good villain where they're more complex, just awesome.
I'm trying to. The one thing that threw me off when I was watching the Mission Impossible movie was I hadn't seen the one prior to it, and then Jessi explained it to me because I was explaining why I didn't like it. She's like, "Oh well, these are all the reasons, and it would have been solved if you would have watched the previous movies." And I was like, "Yeah, that is a valid criticism." But then the other thing, and I couldn't get over, is I know how tall Henry Cavill is. And I know how not tall Tom Cruise is.
Yeah.
And so I'm just watching it, and I'm like, Henry Cavill is right here. Tom Cruise is right here. Tom Cruise is just conveniently standing behind a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
With a laptop. And they're shooting the camera to make it look like they're eye level, but it's so stretched.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. The hobbits in the trenches for Lord of the Rings, but the opposite.
All you had to do was cast Henry Cavill. And fucking Tom Cruise.
My favorite thing, like I actually like Tom Cruise as an actor as well, but my favorite thing when watching Tom Cruise movies is trying to figure out how they made him look as tall as the other people in every shot.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite pastimes.
I mean, he's just going to be wearing like height boosting shoes, right?
Not always. He does apple boxes. He does platform shoes. I don't think he likes platform shoes though. That's not one of his go-tos. Apple boxes and the platforms, stairs, things like that, and then just trick shooting. Sometimes it's just perspective shooting. There's probably some scenes where people are talking to each other. Huh?
I'll bring up the picture that just cracks me up. Keep talking.
Because they're probably even somewhere like it looks like they're talking to each other and they're probably standing like that, to give perspective and stuff. But yeah, no, it's really fun because it's different for every scene because the demands of the scene can be different. Is he standing? Is he sitting? Is it full body? How close are they? How tall are the other actors or actresses? And of course, how we need to make it. So it's a really fun like pastime. If you're ever watching a Tom Cruise movie, anyone ever like forces you to watch his Mummy or something, and you're like, why? I want to tear my eyes out.
Yeah.
Play the Tom Cruise game.
Hold on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's literally somebody on the camera person is kneeling, and it's like, oh, he's the tallest person on screen.
Henry Cavill's like a mile behind him.
I know.
He looks so fucking far away. Like you can tell because the proportions. He's so fucking far away from him at the show.
Well, you know what really throws me off is she's even farther back, and it's like
she's
kind of like at height with Henry Cavill here. So I'm like, how tall is Jessica Ferguson? It's like,
Jesus, that looks bad.
I can't not laugh at this photo because I'm like, we all know what you're doing.
We're talking about
Kitty cat.
Nova. Hey.
Tom Cruise is on his stool.
You should have a cat party. Kelly and Jessi should have a cat party.
My cat sings like shit pancake talks.
Kelly and Jessi just need to have like a cat park day or something to that effect.
Just stream together sometime.
That would be awesome sauce. Oh man. Yeah, that looked bad. That looked so fucking bad. I'm sorry. I can't get on board with the mustache thing though.
Oh.
The more I look at it, the more all I can think about is some dead feral animal that's just landed there. And
oh See, I thought if anyone could make it work, it was Henry Cavill. I thought he made it work.
Tom Selleck is like one of those men that it's not the same without the mustache.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
It works on him.
Yeah,
on him, but like on anybody else.
Another guy too, an older actor from he was in Hot Fuzz. I always forget his name. Who has
shit, I think I know who you're talking about though.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I cannot.
And he's the villain. Well, spoiler alert.
Well, we don't. At this point, Kelly, honestly.
I mean, Kelly is the one who brings up porn too. So
yeah. Fuck that poll, man.
Fuck that poll. It's not real. It's not.
Since Kelly is responsible for the porn, maybe Kelly is secretly responsible for all the spoilers too. Maybe Anna, that spoilers girl, is actually a misnomer.
It is. It's all Kelly's fault.
All Kelly's
fault. Me the whole time.
It was just you, and we were all misled.
Hashtag
Timothy Dalton. I love Timothy Dalton.
Oh, I love
Timothy Dalton.
Oh, he's so when Sean died, I was painting. I was like, let me rewatch all of the Bond movies, and I was looking up, and it's just like the scene where Timothy Dalton's doing the undercover stuff, and you just see his ass, and I was like, I don't remember this when I was a kid, and I was like, damn, Timothy Dalton's got it going on. Because it's like you think of Pierce Bronson and Sean Connery and Roger Moore. And I was like, I have a new appreciation for Sean Connery. And there was one Jack show where I actually went through and I found pictures of him wearing tight pants, and you can see his package. And I was like, he's pretty nice.
Young Sean Connery, and Timothy Dalton too. Like honestly, when I was younger, I was way more into Roger Moore. Sean Connery's always been my favorite, but now as I've gotten older, I'm like, Roger Moore isn't really that great as a Bond, and Timothy Dalton is kind of better for all 2 movies. But yeah,
I think the thing with Tim, he didn't have the best movies.
No, that's what Jeff keeps saying too. It's like Jeff's always said that he was a really, really good Bond. He just got bad movies.
Yeah, that's so good. It's so true. Exactly.
Really he's a great. I think he is a better. I think he makes a better Bond than Roger Moore. Roger Moore just had better movies.
Roger Moore though, I didn't realize how old he was when I was younger. I'm like, I looked at it now. I was like, holy crap, is he 50?
He's not a young man in those movies. Yeah. I didn't like that James Bond was always a little more mature too, though.
Yeah.
I feel like they went too far with that with Daniel Craig, especially because they wanted to go for like the oldest, most mature looking Bond while also like telling the youngest version of his story. Like, true. Oh, we're going to dial you back to your early days of the agency before you even established your name or your identity, but also make you this old fucking fart who doesn't have enough years left in his tenure to become the James Bond that we know he becomes. So.
Well, even me and Peaches were talking about this the other night, and I was like, you went from Pierce Brosnan to that dude?
You went to a man who is sex on a stick to somebody whose ears make baboon ears look small.
What the fuck?
I love but he's not Bond. I like his acting in general. He is not Bond, and he is not good looking either. Like I know some women think so, and that's their prerogative. But he has monkey ears.
Kelly's so nice. She's just nodding.
I kind of liked him, but I agree with your points. I totally agree with your points, but I still kind of liked him. But I don't know. I'm wondering now that I'm hearing you if I would go back and watch it the same way.
Well, here's my thing is like Daniel Craig as an action star is great. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I thought he was more of a James Bond-ish character when he was in Tomb Raider than as him in these movies. You know?
I believe that. But yeah, he just doesn't feel like Bond. He's not suave. He's not smiling. Where are the jokes? Where are the bad puns? Like, I hate puns. But James Bond isn't James Bond without those tongue-in-cheek jokes all the time.
That's true.
Sean Connery had the best ones, but the Brosnan era brought that back really, really well, really effectively.
They might have been trying to overcorrect from being made fun of in Austin Powers movies, so maybe they tried to go as far away from Bond.
Oh, no, that's an idea.
Which is stupid because I feel like that's exactly what happened. Like they tried to make they acted like the shortcomings of the certain Brosnan movies defined that era of Bond. Right. They acted like the jokes or the riffs or the puns that were made in pop culture, because guess what? Every popular property has parody made of it. Was somehow detracting from the movies. Mm-hmm. It's ego and people being stupid. I don't want people to make fun of my stuff. No, James Bond has always had a tongue-in-cheek element. It has always had a comedic, campy element to it. Yeah. With fun, good espionage stories. It's not Bourne Identity, which is what it's trying to be with Daniel Craig. And the Pierce Brosnan era is largely beloved by critics and fans alike, including old school James Bond fans. Mm-hmm. It's not like he has this legacy of people like, oh, he was a terrible James Bond. Most people pretty much agree he was anywhere from a fine James Bond to the best James Bond. Mm-hmm. There aren't a lot of people running around out there going, oh, Pierce Brosnan was the absolute worst ever. At least I haven't met them.
Yeah, I know like people say like they don't like certain movies of his, but I feel like that's with every single, except for what's his face.
GoldenEye is one of the biggest, most popular James Bond movies of all time.
I feel like the Pierce Brosnan ones are the only ones I've even seen.
Yeah, The World Is Not Enough was a great movie.
Oh, I like that one.
He was a good James Bond. Pierce Brosnan was. He was legit. Like he felt legit.
He really did.
Honestly, to bring it back to what we were talking about earlier with like cannibalism and like the sexual okay, so I remember when I was a little kid and we got The World Is Not Enough on VHS. And there's this scene at the end where like she puts him in the chair and like is like but she's torturing him, but she's sitting on his lap and like seducing him, but I'm like, she already got him. I remember being a little kid and being like, Mom, why is she sitting on him? I would watch this with my parents, and so I'm like, why is this like? Why are they having the reactions that they're having? And so that was like my first introduction to like S&M stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Was from that scene, and it scarred me as a child.
I have an S&M joke for you guys.
Oh my.
This is it's actually one of my mom's favorite jokes, and she doesn't like dirty jokes. So a sadist and a masochist walk into a bar, right? And they get to talking to each other, and they realize that they've got like combining interests, complementary interests with one another, right? So the sadist invites the masochist back to his place, and he's like, you should come back with me. And she's like, okay. So they go back to his place, and he gets her all tied up, and she starts going, hurt me. And he goes, no.
Wait. She was the masochist, and he was a sadist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have told that joke slightly differently, but basically the sadist and the masochist says to the sadist, "Hey, hurt me," and the sadist goes, "No." That's what's gonna hurt. I love that joke.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Little Shop of Horrors, where the dentist is the masochist.
Yes.
Right? Is that
Murray comes in as the masochist, and he's so disgusted he won't even. He doesn't. It's not fun for him anymore because Bill Murray's gonna do it.
It's so
Look,
weird.
this is the chair. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
That scarred me for life.
I
And then he kills her. Like in the scene later, I'm like,
I wonder if James Bond was part of this, but I don't remember a time where I didn't understand that I didn't. I think it was James Bond, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm also thinking about later on playing James Bond and Indiana Jones on Jurassic Park Island with my friend, and we were obsessed with wanting to get caught and tortured all the time. Wow. So I'm pretty sure watching Bond movies and action movies and stuff where torture was happening and with like sexy women, even things like Indiana Jones, which I saw as a really young kid, where Elsa's got him, tied up in the chair and all that stuff. Like, I think from a very, very young age, the like violence and sex were paired together. It's like it was introduced to me without ever thinking about it, that like, yes, violence can be sexy or sexual. It's kind of weird, like, because you said that, realizing I don't have a moment like that where I had that realization.
Wow. That's interesting, Jessi. Like,
I don't have a moment of that either.
With Leia in the slave costume, and obviously the Twi'lek that goes into the Rancor pit, like those streams being crossed, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, it's interesting that you bring that up, Kelly, because it's really weird how it should have occurred to me at some point, but it didn't. It just didn't. That never registered.
It occurred to me because I was watching it with my mother.
Yeah, maybe.
And my father and my 2 younger sisters. And my mom was like saying, "Ooh, baby," when it was happening. On top of like, the stuff in the movie. So it was a little bit different.
Okay, yeah, because that's a totally different context.
My parents also like showed us certain old movies. They were weird. It was funny. Like, they just had this idea, like, if it was an old movie, it wasn't bad. So like I watched James Bond when I was a really little kid. Like, by the time The World Was Not Enough came out, I was a James Bond fan, and that was I was a few years older than you, but I was young. I was in elementary school. I was already a hardcore James Bond fan. Had seen all the movies and stuff, or a bunch of the movies at that point before that movie ever came out. So like, my parents were letting me watch that shit when I was really young. So I'm just thinking, like, I wonder how. I never really thought about that, but I wonder how that affects us all differently. Like, I know people think about that inside that and whatnot, but it's just so fascinating when you start talking about it one-on-one with people and realizing, like, oh, I was one of those people who had those experiences this way. You had those experiences this way. You had those experiences that way, and we've all like had different relations. We all in some cases come to the same place from different directions, or in other places we'll end up somewhere different because we went on different paths. I love this shit. So
well said, Jessi. It's so true.
Mike, I don't believe I read yours yet. Let me get my super chats pulled up. I apologize. It's all Kelly's fault. We got on this like wrong.
Hashtag blame Kelly.
Hashtag blame Kelly.
Always Kelly's fault.
Beautiful Cafe.
Let me go find them.
Oh, you're gonna get cited this stream for cannibalism. Talks of human.
Oh, I know. Oh no, this one will be fine. It'll have flying colors.
Yeah, exactly.
The other one that's just like in purgatory for the rest of reality. All right, let me see super chat. Super chat. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I missed a few. Russell Hall, thank you, Mr. Jack. Congrats on having your very own Finatra song. Oh, do I? I didn't know that. It's probably scary.
What? What is a Finatra song?
Oh, you don't know who Lord Finatra is. So, you know how Cecil gets a lot of fan art?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, so there's also people that are very talented that decide to make music, but it's like fan edits of certain things being said in the Jack show. So there's a song about me called like Anna's Crazy. That's by Geek Chorus.
Okay.
Which is legit. And then I apparently Lord Finatra put the Finatra Anna song is fire. Should I play it? I don't know if I should play it for you guys.
I think you should. I think I need to know.
I guess we can air it on this. Okay. Oh my God. Do I want to know? You don't understand. Bananas. Is that what it is? It's called Bananas Special Hero Juices.
Oh my God. We're here to support
Oh my
you.
God. Okay. So do you guys know what redo of Healer is? Do I need to explain this before I play this song?
What is?
Do you know what redo of Healer is?
No.
Okay. It is a controversial anime show that has come out that is a rape fantasy. It's a revenge rape fantasy that me, Yellow Flash, Cecil, Tug, and Raging Gold Eagle and Nick Ricada all love. We love this show. I think it's a little too soft. I think if you're going to show the perception of a villain, I think he would have gone a little bit farther. And so my takes are kind of controversial, and I pissed off a lot of women with my take on it.
Why am I not surprised?
Okay, to be fair, okay, in this scenario, let's say you have this, you find out that you're going to be a hero, and there's only like 10 of them in the world, and you have these special powers, and you're the healer. So you have the magic healing ability. But because you just found out about your ability and you're not very good at it, do you think that justifies being chained, imprisoned, raped by men and women? Oh, by the way, you're a male character. Getting raped by everyone around you, getting forcibly addicted to drugs so that way other people can control you. They bring you out so that way you can heal people. And when you heal someone, you experience all of their pain and all of their suffering throughout their entire life.
Whoa.
And so you do that for 4 years on top of, being addicted to drugs, getting raped daily by multiple people over and over again, getting the shit beaten out of you every single day for years. I think, he would have gone a little bit more crazy. And there's this one scene where he's got this seething metal rod, and I thought he should have shoved it up her ass.
Oh.
Wow.
I honestly am with you on that kind of shit. I think
I told you to watch it.
Is it weird that I want to watch this?
I kind of want to watch it.
Sounds really interesting.
Now I want to watch the show.
So
I have them all. I can send you guys the link. So,
yes, please.
Is the concept like you're saying it's almost like inducing pain to create an empathetic healing ability, like trauma, like inducing trauma to get someone.
Like you take on their pain in the process of healing.
But so let's say there's a character that got their arm cut off. So he touches them to heal them, but as they're regrowing their arm, as he's healing them, he experiences all of the pain that they have.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
So it's extremely painful for him to heal people.
Were you the one I had this conversation with, Anna? I think it was a while back. I think you were the one I was telling about that I had this notion, it might have been somebody else, about a comic book character that the way that their superpower was empathy, and that the way that they stopped bad was. It was, yes. This sounds really similar to that concept.
Well, it's very, so the thing about it is if the main character is a guy, right? So let's say if it was a woman and a woman got, addicted to drugs, forcibly addicted to drugs to keep as their slave, became a sex slave, was beaten every day, was forced to do all these things, then she was able to redo time to come back and get her revenge on everyone. It would be, yes, queen, female empowerment, right? Yes, queen. But because it's a dude, they're all losing their mind because they didn't say anything when he was getting raped.
No,
so
I'm with you.
It's pretty controversial. So you guys wanted to listen to this. I'm kind of worried.
I'm ready for it.
I'm all here. Let's do this.
I have to mute myself or else there'll be an echo.
Okay.
TSWGGG. She's got her boot. She smashes his face into the ground. She throws the glass at his face and it cuts him. Just on top of all of the torture, after all the shit she did to that rod up that cunt's ass. After all she did to you, are you fucking kidding me? This bitch goes fucking ham. And she likes it.
It's so good.
And she likes it. And she likes it. Bam! Guess what? It's about to get real. And yeah, get your panties in a fucking twist about this. Women are fucking evil. Men are evil too, but there are some fucking things that women will do and go the extra mile for that. She's got her boot, she smashes his face into the ground. The best way to do it, like, bitch, come on. Like, bitch, come on. Princess is a fucking cunt. Like, bitch, and she likes it. Bam! She likes it. Bam! And she likes it. Bam! And she likes it. Bam! Guess what? Shit's about to get real.
Oh my God.
This is the way that you beg me to fuck you.
Whoa.
Beg me to fuck you. Guess sexy time is the best way to do it. Bitch, come on. Like, bitch, come on. Princess Fuckface is a fucking cunt. Like, bitch, and she likes it. Bam! And she likes it. Bam! And she likes it. Bam! And she likes it. Bam!
Already.
Guess what?
There's more views.
Come, because they want his body. Come fluids. That's I guess sexy time is the best way to do it. Come.
Oh my God.
Hero juices. TSWGGG.
Holy shit balls.
That was excellent. That was.
Well, now we know why this stream would get flagged. Oh my God. So I did reviews on those episodes. We obviously got the material from there. I'm gonna send that to my mom and see.
Oh my God.
I'll say, hey mom, I made my first rap song. What do you think? If you guys want to go show support for Lord Finatra, go comment on the video. The link for it is right there. So he's done clips of Cecil, John, the Jack Show, Witten, Captain Chokeout, and now I guess it was my turn.
That's great.
Sorry.
Holy shit. I'm opening the tab right now. That deserves love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is, I think that's my first Lord Finatra song.
It's beautiful.
That was legit right there.
Really awesome.
I feel like I need to get better colorful language so thank you for the heads up on that one. Wait, what is this? Bear Business. One thing was about this is for the much needed gold chains to go with that track. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I never thought I would be in a rap song, but there's a first time for everything.
I'm tweeting. Who is that Star Wars girl? I feel like this song explains it nicely.
God damn it. Here, I'll get you a song. There's one where it's me and it's let me see. It's called Anna's Crazy, I think.
Is it the same guy?
No, this one is Geek Chorus.
Oh yeah, you said Finatra. This was your first Finatra song.
Let me see if I can.
That was really well put together. I enjoyed that.
This one, I think it would get me flagged if I played it, but it's just like about me And then I think Tulip's in there. Tulip's my favorite. I use Tulip. Guys, this picture was taken 2 years ago today. 2 years ago today, I got Tulip.
Oh, I remember when you got Tulip. I wanted that fucking dog.
I know, you scared her.
I remember when he was little.
He was so little. And that's what.
Oh shit! I feel so bad that was like Anna's first introduction to me as a human being, as me screaming about "Give me your puppy!"
Puppy! I'm like, "It's my puppy."
Oh, she's so cute. She's like a tiny baby Ewok size in that photo.
You know, I actually have that as a sound alert on my Twitch now. I ganked that off, and it does get played from time to time. And I think of Anna.
Russell, you should keep up with the reviews. Redo's popular. Yeah, you know what I think I'm gonna do is it probably won't be the best idea, but I think I'm just gonna do it anyway because what did I do? Oh yeah, I wanted to paint, so I didn't do the review for episode 3, which I should have because I feel like what Redo does is it's like here's this one that it's like, oh, why is this show controversial? And then the next episode's like, oh my God, I need Jesus. And then, so they do that. So it's like, there's 2 episodes. One of them is like, ah! The other one's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And so 3rd episode was like, ah! And then this episode today was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. It was just, I got to see a half wolf chick lose her virginity. And I got to see how well Japanese people animate bouncing boobs.
You're just not getting there, Anna.
Oh my God, this Stylish Fox 5. I'm fucking dying from your comment.
What is the comment?
Just read it. I'm not gonna.
Anna is my favorite rat.
Oh!
I didn't read out loud.
I stopped myself from reading that out loud.
That's why I didn't read it. Oh, brutal. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, so maybe I'll, because I just watched the 4th episode, so I can, I can do a review for that. But then somebody was throwing a temper tantrum. So what I did, because I don't feel like I'm very good at reviews, because when I do them, people are like, you forgot this, you forgot this, you forgot this. So what I just do, I'm like, all right, I'll just take screenshots of each scene, whichever picture I think is the most significant that happens in the scene, and I'll go through and I'll kind of re-explain the episode and I'll say what I feel about each scene. And then someone's like, this isn't a review, it's a breakdown. And because that one comment was early, all of a sudden like 20 comments pop up after that they didn't watch the video. They're like, this is a breakdown, this isn't a review, this is like an analysis. And I'm like, you didn't watch the video. Because I'm pretty sure the part where I said like the chick should have got that shit shoved up her ass, that probably isn't part of, that's more of a review. That's not a breakdown of the episode. But it is what it is. I'm just going to do it that way. But I was yelling at one of my friends. I'm like, dude, go watch this show. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm not into that kinky shit like you. I'm like, it's not a fetish, dude. It's just like this show is insane. And then this fucker, then I see, I'm like, oh, now I see how it is. It's because you were on what's his face's channel. That's why you watched it with the guy that's got 1 million subs, but you wouldn't watch it when I told you. I was like, you bastard. It is whatever.
People are people.
I'm trying to be sneaky about who I'm talking about, but he knows.
You know who you are. You know what you did.
He knows because I yelled at him an hour ago when I found out. Like, I watched that shit weeks ago.
Is it Jeremy?
It's not Jeremy. Oh my God. Somebody should record Jeremy watching these because we made Drunk watch episode 1 and episode 2 because they're only like 25 minutes long. And he wasn't on camera, but we were listening to him. And he's just like, oh. And like just the audio of Drunk responding to what's going on. He's like, man. Oh, snap. He's going to say, oh, snap. And then he's like, oh, snap.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Eddie from the UK is here.
Oh, yes? Let me pull up the chat. Oh, hey, Andy, what's up? Andy from the UK. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Anna. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy for you, Anna, about your painting. It's so beautiful. Glad Gina is happy. Smiley face. I always share my Ahsoka painting. Smiley face, smiley face. I know. I was thinking about how that's been a while since I painted that painting. I'm like,
so proud of that, though. That's like his I think he brings it up all the time how much he loves it.
I'm so glad. That's the one thing. It's like it irks my soul when I paint when like you do something for like especially art because you pour your heart and soul into it and then you give it to someone they don't care. So that's why I'm very hesitant when I sell originals. I'm like it has to go to somebody that cares, or when I give originals to somebody, they have to be somebody that I trust will care about it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
I spend minimum 20 hours of your life on something.
You wanted to be appreciated.
Exactly. Unlike, the time I gave Jeremy my Joker painting and he just tossed it in the backseat of his car, but that's okay too,
Wait, wouldn't the sun landing on that actually wash it out?
Huh?
Doesn't artwork get washed out or bleached, sun bleached whenever it's left in cars and stuff?
It was in a bag.
Oh. He bagged it and threw it in the back. That's what
I gave it to him in a gift bag because I knew he liked the Joker, and so I had done the Heath Ledger Joker painting, and I gave it to him, and then he's just and I was like, I give him shit for it to this day. It's fine. I told him when that happened, I'm like, I'm never gonna let you live this down.
I thought you were saying he had propped it in the car or whatever, like he does with the freaking plushies.
He's checking it out like an a-hole. That was, oh my God, we were asking people last night. Mary was there. I was part of the Milo's Mom initiation ritual now is being asked what the number one thing you feel unappreciated for in your life was. And I was just, I came up with these questions to be like, all right, let's dig in and make people talk about stuff they don't want to talk about. And if they won't talk about it, they have to make orgasm noises. So we don't know. And fucking everyone shares their things that they feel unappreciated for. And we're all fucking crying. Every one of us cried telling our story and then listening to each other's story. It's a classic women's stream, which is all of us talking about our feelings and crying.
I was drunk. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You were amazing last night. Dude, you were on fire. People were loving it, myself included. But it just made me think of that. And there's all this stuff we do in life. And it's that's why I think about when I deal with other people is always try to appreciate the things they go out of the way to do for me, because somebody took the time to do that. And you don't know how much it means to that person and what they put into it. I really appreciate art even more living with Jeff and seeing how many hours it takes to get certain things done and how the dedication and the fine tuning and the perfection and all that. And it's so important when somebody takes the time to give you something they made, whether they're insanely, brilliantly talented like Anna or just starting out. I'm a big person with
fair. So I had done this painting for a show that I did, and it was actually it's the fastest painting I ever did, and I'm actually kind of proud of the fact that it was so fast, because it's the thing about the Joker is it's just smeared on, so I don't have to be all technical and make sure that I get everything right. And so it was a fast painting that I had done, but I felt bad because I'm oh my gosh, it was when I got to go on the set for the Star Wars Theories movie, and I was like, shit, I should give, him a gift, because if it wasn't for, him being friends with Star Wars Theory, I wouldn't have this opportunity to go on to see this Darth Vader thing. So I was I said, here, thank you for, letting me go on this movie set, because I know you like the Joker. And, you didn't care, but it's fine. I got to see Darth Vader, and I got to draw all of that before it was done. And my elbow is in the movie at 11 minutes and 59 seconds.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The director of the movie actually came, when I went and I watched it at the theater that they premiered it at. He's like, "Oh, hey, did you see yourself?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was trying really hard to not be in it and to not be in anyone's way, but I was drawing up in the balcony, and I guess they forgot to tell me to move.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's fun as hell, man. That's a story.
I'm there.
Elbow
I'm there.
That's something you get to take forward with you. I would change it for the world. That's awesome.
Dude, that was when I was talking to Richard the other weekend, and he's telling about some of his early stuff doing documentaries. One of the first things he did was cover Woodstock as a filmmaker. And he's like, yeah, my friend just found this picture. It's you just Google a picture of Woodstock. It's from the stage, opening act, looking out. And he's like, yeah, there I am, bottom left corner right there.
Wow.
What a fucking memory to just, that's just on Google. Just Google that picture and you'll go there I am in that piece of history.
I mean, it's not like you left a Starbucks cup in a shot or anything. So
Oh yeah.
No, I think it's just good. It's like you're just
$1 million production. Let's just have Starbucks now.
So sloppy. Oh my god.
Somebody's literal job is to make sure shit like that doesn't happen. That's their only job. Their one job is to make sure that the set is reset perfectly for every shot, and shit like Starbucks cups aren't in the goddamn shot. That's their entire fucking job.
what? Well, how did it get missed in editing? Like, how did that many people?
How did that many people look at it and not notice a Starbucks cup when that's all we could fucking talk about the second that shit happened?
Well, and like the water bottles, honestly, I think they just didn't care at that point. They're like, fuck this, we don't care.
Then you put their foot out the door, they just phoned that shit in, and it was a disservice to everyone who cared about it.
Gosh, what a mess that was. Oh,
God.
I was talking to a normie about when I was getting my hair done. Me and my hairdresser were
Which, by the way, I really like. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
I meant to say something earlier, but I forgot because we got sidetracked.
I'm used to it, so it's like weird every time I get on camera and I'm like, every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my god, I look like a grown up.
You do look like a grown up. It's kind of jarring. I'm like, where's my friend?
It's weird. It makes me look older, which I'm kind of okay with, but at the same time now I'm like, I kind of miss my dark hair. I miss the length. Somebody was saying I had extensions, and I'm like, bitch, my hair is 5 inches shorter.
Layers.
Those are layers.
It's 5 inches shorter. It used to be like right here. Like right here, guys. Like right there.
Which, to be fair, is still drastically shorter than anyone else whose hair who goes to that level, because you're a fucking hobbit.
It made me sad because it was dead, but it needed it. But now my hair feels all weird because they had to do the bleach and whatnot. But it's something new. I realized I hadn't done my hair in a long time, and I was like, oh, things are open. I'll go do my hair. I'll get my nails and my toes done, and I'll go shopping for like 5 minutes. I'll do girly stuff while the world is kind of open for a day.
Yeah.
The world opened up when? When the fuck did the world open up?
In California, the governor is like dealing with stuff, so he opened
he was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to close shit down anymore because I want to be popular, because I want to run for president in 4 years, so I have to make sure people like me. I don't give a shit if they die, as long as the ones who don't die vote for me in 4 years.
Well, I think he's like about to get recalled, and he wants to be president, so he just like randomly like, oh, even though I was like super super strict about everything, now I want to reopen things, which is great for my hair and my nails and my shopping day.
Yeah, no, he's trying to win people back over by just opening shit up.
Even though his vineyard never closed, and we couldn't have
parties,
grandpa, but yeah.
Does that mean we can go back to Disneyland now?
No, Disneyland has to stay closed. He hates
that's fucking horseshit.
I was checking on Snapchat, and people were yelling at me on Twitter when I posted pictures. So on Snapchat, you can see where the hot spots are. And I was like, why the fuck is California Adventure a hot spot? And I looked, and there's people inside California Adventures. And like you can see on Snapchats of like they're selling the balloons. There's people going around. They got the drinks and stuff. And I was like, what the hell? And people were like, well, you can't go on the rides. You can just go shopping. And I'm like, so I can't just go into California Adventures to go shopping regularly, but during COVID, you don't need to pay the Disneyland or the California Adventure ticket to go shopping at Disneyland or California Adventure.
Yeah, because they're not giving you anything for your money. They're just asking you to come in there to spend more monany in their park. You don't need
there's some days where I'm like, I won't go on any of your rides, but I do kind of want to go shopping.
Yeah.
Really should I kind of want Dole Whip.
They sell that now, like at a little boba place 2 blocks from my house. So sometimes when it's hot out, we walk down there and Jeff gets a big Dole Whip.
A what? A what?
Dole Whip. You haven't heard of this craze? Everyone's obsessed with it. It's like it's Dole branded pineapple soft serve ice cream.
Oh,
it's really fucking good. It's as delicious as it sounds. It's creamy. It's wonderful. It's magical. It's delicious. It is unique too. And for a long time, you could only get it at Disneyland. But now you can get it, like they sell it in stores sometimes in certain places. Now, certain shops can.
I like pineapple. I think pineapple's great, especially on pizza.
Ethan, what are you doing?
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. It never has.
I'm just trying to hit all the points that got us last time,
Oh, yeah. Okay, so was that it? Because we did talk about pizza for a while.
We did it pizza. We were on pizza for a while.
Maybe they thought we were talking about the conspiracy theory about Pizzagate, which pizza is a term, is a secret term for something.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. That's
Maybe it's in like the what is that? What is that like online dictionary of words?
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, yeah. Maybe it's in the Urban Dictionary somewhere.
It's like how you can't make the joke of something to Electric Boogaloo anymore because apparently Electric Boogaloo is code for like wanting to take over the United States with violent insurrection.
What?
This is a real thing. This is a real fucking thing. This happened. He said you can document this, and I started seeing this everywhere. Now there's a group called the Boogaloo Boys from this. It started on fucking 4chan, of course. Apparently on fucking 4chan, the people, would always do it ever since Break Into Electric Boogaloo, right? The most ridiculously named sequel ever to exist. And so everyone started punning that. So now every sequel is something to Electric Boogaloo. And so they're doing it on Reddit. And then so these groups of crazies who are all these like, we're going to take back the country for the Patriots are all like, oh yeah, it'll be Civil War II, Electric Boogaloo, which then became a fucking thing. So now Electric Boogaloo became a goddamn code word for the next Civil War where we're taking it back. And straight up, the Boogaloo Boys now are fucking a group of like a militia hate group that want to overthrow the government. All based fucking Break Into Electric Boogaloo.
I don't have enough alcohol for this shit, Jessi.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's not real, but then it's like, oh wait, what reality we live in? Yeah, it's not real. The craziest, it's like, okay, if this shit is like the craziest thing you could have thought of and beyond, it's real. If it's not crazy, then it's like, oh.
There's a better rule. If it's the craziest shit you can think of and it's trans credulity, it's real. If it's so beyond ridiculous that there's no way it could possibly have ever happened, it happened in Florida.
That's very true.
That's legit.
Ethan and Cecil are in my chat. What do you
see Cecil. It's fake.
Oh, your boobs, Cecil? We know. Cecil, we know your boobs are fake.
Russell, thank you for the super chat. The pizza offense terms come from an FBI code list. I didn't know that.
What?
I just learned about the cheese pizza thing on Saturday.
Wait, what's the cheese pizza thing?
Yeah, I don't know either.
The initials for cheese pizza?
CP. Child.
Beauties.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but like that's so weird. That's okay. So that's where
that is horrifying.
Yeah. Now I don't want to have
like when people say cheese pizza, that's what they mean.
So
are you serious?
No,
not all the time. There could be people just talking about pizza, like we were in the last stream.
Now I can't admit my love for cheese pizza without getting sideways glances on Twitter.
I know there's
pepperoni, fuck cheese, pepperoni for life. I do personally generally love a good pie with tomato sauce and melted cheese on top. But I will not say those words now.
Jesus, man.
Accidentally certain circles that
no, I'm fucking leaving. I'm gonna go hijack one of those Ethan what's-his-face's rocket shits, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Elon Musk?
Elon Musk. That guy. I swear I know his name. I'm hijacking one of his rockets, and I'm dipping the fuck out of here. I can't do this shit anymore. And guess what? I'm taking all the cheese pizza with me, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, but Mary, don't forget, wherever you go, Elon Musk is probably coming too. So.
I
deal with he and Grimes' child whose name is Symbols.
I don't want to think about Elon Musk coming.
You don't want to think about his child whose name is Symbols, or him like randomly and irresponsibly tweeting shit to like fuck with the stock market for no reason.
I
like Elon Musk, so I'm not going to get into this. But
I have very mixed feelings on Elon Musk because I think he has a lot of really, really great things.
He's a brilliant guy, but I feel like everyone that is like either an artist, musician, genius, they're all fucking weird.
Oh God, yeah.
So I respect him. I think he's an inspiring person when you hear him talk about like projects he's working on. In reality, okay, yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. But I mean, we're all a little weird here. I mean, we listened to a song, which we all can see how weird I am from that.
Oh no!
You have to send me the link to that though, Anna, because I'm like hard up on watching it now.
My thing, right? I grabbed the link from the when she posted in the chat. So the song
from the video, or you want to watch the anime?
I want to watch the anime.
Oh yeah, I want to watch the anime too. Yeah, that's like I want to. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you guys the Dropbox links.
But no, with Elon Musk too, it's like it's like your public figure, you're fair game. So I like dunking on him for the dumb shit he does. But I also don't think like it. I am a little like I do not like the. I do think he's one of those people like I was talking about earlier with Armie Hammer, where it's like you get rich and you just forget what reality is. So I do think he suffers from that a lot, and he says and does really dumb shit because he's completely dissociated for what it means to be a normal person. With the fame and money elements, not even counting the fact that he's an absolute effing weirdo to begin with. And I think that all that comes together to make some like questionable moral decisions.
See, I think that anybody who can legitimately side with Amber Turd has got something wrong up the stairs.
Well, I mean, we know that she's got some kind of effect over men.
That's
like
true.
I feel like her lady bits are just fucking magic or something, because Johnny Depp stayed with her after she cut off his fucking finger, and he didn't leave her until he was not in contact with her and he found out that she had shit in the bed. And at that point, they're on opposite sides of the country, and he's like, all right, I can finally get away from this bitch. So that way she doesn't like, hypnotize me with her lady magic again.
Clearly she has a magical vagina.
She really does, apparently. If you look at all the guys that are defending her, it's like, but you look at all the shit she's done to them, it's like, why? And it's like,
magical vagina.
She does something magical.
She shoved coke up her cooter. It's a coke laced cooter.
At least it's not up her asshole like Stevie Nicks.
Oh,
that's true, by the way. Stevie Nicks took cocaine up the ass.
She has the magic poon.
Look, what was it? My friend, he did a video on it, and he's like, oh, she's probably one of those chicks that, like, while you're banging her, you start seeing, like, new colors and shit. Like, that's why
you start to taste purple.
Yeah.
It's like dipping your dick into acid, and you just start tripping balls while you're doing it. She just is drugs. That's what it is.
Because it's like, what on, and you see the video, did you guys see the video where she, like they're fighting in their kitchen and she like sets up her phone to film him and then he finds it and it's just like them in like the normal day and like he's just getting pissed off at her for, I don't know, being a cunt, and then he sees that she's filming him and he's like, why the fuck are you filming me, And so it's like he put up with that for like years and she cut off his finger like that. I can't get over. Like you stayed with her after that.
And he shit in his bed. Don't forget.
I'm not
That's when he left her.
I'm not someone who is legitimately acting crazy, right? Like if I'm not talking about like all the time. I'm talking about like, if they're throwing shit at you and they're actually hurting you, get out your phone and fucking record it. But there's a difference between that and trying to set someone the fuck up, which is clearly what she was doing, right? Because she's a fucking cunt. And I don't care if you can hear green when you're banging her. I don't give a fuck. Like, get the fuck away from her.
And there went Jessi. Okay, so I saw a couple of people send me super chats. I am sorry, I am behind on them. I'm gonna dive into these. If you ladies, you're welcome to stay if you'd like. If you don't got time.
I have streaming a little bit. I haven't eaten yet today, and it's 8:00 at night.
Right. Well, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate the invite. This was a ton of fun.
We had to get down to the bottom of why why there was a bunch of sexual content in my last stream.
These are important cases to investigate.
If they slap that label on this one, though, we kind of earned it.
I'm gonna laugh when they refuse to remove that, and then this gets flying colors. It's completely fine, green dollar signs all around.
It probably will.
It probably will. But thank you for coming on, Mary. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Don't forget to send me that link. I will harass you over it. I want to see it.
For the episodes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll send you the Dropbox links.
All right, I'm out. Deuces.
Bye, Mary.
Bye, Mary.
All right, super chat time.
I love how the background looks just like popping out behind us.
Oh yeah, the Matriarchy.
So pretty.
I need to.
Oh, the Matriarchy. Oh yeah, I was like looking at your fairy lights. I love your lighting, Jessi. And now
we got these for Christmas. They were like the only lights we found out there, and we hung them up there for that originally. And we're like, they look great here. We just kind of like them.
They are. They're awesome. I think lights can stay up all year. I don't think it's a seasonal thing anymore.
I love that. Like, yeah.
I think the indoor ones, yes. The outdoor ones, no.
Yeah, indoor ones, and they're like.
If it's like a fairy garden, it can.
Yeah, that's okay.
Exactly. I've always wanted that. Like, and when I have a nice backyard, I've always wanted to make it like a fairy garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty. Oh, kitty cat.
Who we got? Is that Lando? Yeah, Lando.
All right.
Your drive through.
Okay, let's see.
Hi. Hi, sweetheart.
Doyle Hargrave, thank you for the super chat. Is the orgy boob showing a member only thing? LOL.
Probably.
According to YouTube, I guess it's just a standard thing. It's a pizza thing. If you're talking about pizza or Martin Luther King Jr. Day, apparently that's the call for YouTube. Jeffrey Turner, aka Make It 21, thank you for the super chat. That's BS. Then again, Anna really needs to stop saying her blank is exploding over Henry Cavill. LOL. But seriously, it is BS. Gotta prep a stream. Bye. Well, thank you for the super chat. I will never stop saying my uterus, like seeing Henry Cavill uterus explode, because it does. I'm just describing reality.
It's just biology, guys. You gotta
not apologize for honesty.
Exactly. Kitty cat. Okay, I read that one. Charlie Spur, thank you, super chat. Anna, why you so lewd with Henry Cavill? Freedom of speech. Women are allowed to say whatever they want and no consequences. So I'm taking.
Yeah, that's right. We're perfect.
I'm using. People say this all the time. Like, could you imagine if a guy said this about a woman? And I'm like, I know. I'm kind of benefiting from the double standards, but I'm also trying to show how ridiculous it is.
Because we're just as fucking thirsty. Stop ascribing male characteristics to universal human behaviors.
And you know what I found is people get amusement out of the thirst is real. They
Absolutely.
do.
Absolutely. People find like it's fun because the thing is that's what I love about like streaming is being us, and this shit is like it's not about what we're talking about. It's the relatability. If we are the extreme people who will say the weird, wacky, crazy shit that y'all are thinking, you think these thoughts, you have these moments, you have these crazy what ifs and shit that goes through your brain and stuff you never tell anybody. We're just the ones who sit here and fucking talk about it for you to laugh at. And that's why everyone connects to that. Everyone relates to that. People love watching it because it's fucking real.
Yeah. Well, I posted so one of the things in this anime, so it's if you're a hero and there's only like 10 of them in the world. So for everyone else in this anime universe to level up, you have to get the hero juices, whether it be blood or juices that come out of a human. And so obviously the best, I feel like more fun way to do that, and apparently everyone in this anime world agrees with me, is to do sexy time acts that get you those sexy time juices. And why am I talking about this? I just completely blanked.
Something about, I don't know. It started with why are you so lewd about Henry Cavill? It went into exploding uterus. Well, something exploded, and
I forgot why I was telling the story about the anime, but it had to do with
how you are addressing things that people think about anyway, and it's relatable.
Talk about that people don't talk about.
I still don't know why I had to bring up this anime.
But it's a really interesting concept. I like hearing you talk about it because it makes me kind of want to watch it now.
Yeah, it does.
Also, it's gonna scar you because when I watched it, I was like, ah!
That's okay. I have a really dark mind. I don't like talk about it all the time, but I actually have a really dark mind, and I like.
I kind of learned about that. You're knowing about the cannibalism farm, or
you're learning about fucking cannibalism.
Like you're the last person on the stream I would think would know that.
I know. I really, really, really like exploring like the human shadow and like the dark stuff that people get into. I just find it fascinating. I don't think people think that I'm like that because they think I'm like a bright, bubbly, happy spirit, but no, I'm into darkness too. I just don't always talk about it with everybody. But yeah, you guys seem cool.
Who's your favorite serial killer?
My favorite serial killer. Hang on, that's a really good one. Well, okay, if we're going for likability, I do think Jeffrey Dahmer had a likable quality, like almost like a hurt, sweet. He almost like didn't really want to kill them, but he just kind of like had to, kind of thing, where it's like, oh.
Did you ever see Mr. Brooks?
Who?
Did you ever see Mr. Brooks? Either of you, actually, because I think you'd both really like this.
No.
It's Kevin. Which Kevin is it? Is it Kevin Costner? I think it's Kevin.
Oh, it's Kevin Costner. I've definitely seen it.
And he's addicted to murder. He has a family and all this shit, and he doesn't want to be, but he just gets off on murder, and he can't help it. And that's like the impetus. I wouldn't say anymore.
Like the Green Lake Killer. Let me see.
If you guys haven't seen, I think both of you would really, really like it because it gets into some fucked up stuff. and it's really, really dark and messed up.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's who I thought. Okay, it is. DJ Fox said it too. It's Costner. So I know it's one of the Kevins, and I know it's not Spacey, but yeah, Costner is the one.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's dark and
Oh, is
messed
there
up.
more than it?
Another great one for weird, twisted, dark, fucked up is Funny Games too.
Oh, Funny Games, yeah, and there are 2 versions. There's
he made the shot for shot remake in English. I've only seen the his American remake.
Yeah.
I have heard it is really shot for shot.
Yeah, it is. I like the original. I think I've seen both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see the original now because I love I've studied the American version academically.
Oh wow!
I just never got into like my college entrance essay. For the college I ended up going to required a personal one as well as a like literary one. They just said any topic you want to do it on. So I talked about Funny Games and the intersection of its ability to break the rules of horror and its ability to include humor in places where it really doesn't belong.
Yes.
In order to take the message further, using certain tropes and breaking certain rules to be able to cross different lines that usually you can't even cross. And I love that. I love the intersection of horror and comedy. It's one of my favorite things.
I do too. I like horror that has an element, like when it's almost like just all pure darkness and there's no levity, even if it's just like a human, I don't know, just like the human dynamic of nothing's ever pure evil. And if it is, it kind of falls flat for me. I don't enjoy it as much because I like to see the
except for Toby. I
Which
did a
one?
story about this like 3 years ago where I was saying that that's one of the things. It's like because nobody actually thinks that they're evil, and usually the villain there's always a reason why. And I was like, there's no pure evil, and like because even in Jaws, I mean, the shark, it's just the shark's nature to just eating. And then somebody's like, no, Anna, Toby is pure evil. Like Toby is real evil from The Office.
Oh my gosh! Wait, Toby. Oh, Toby. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, I can see that. He's a serial killer in his free time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jessi, have you not seen The Office?
It's not for me.
Mm.
Yeah, it was one of those things. It was The Office and Friends were like 2 things from the 90s that were just. I know zero interest. The Office I've seen like clips of. Friends I've seen almost no seconds of ever, and like, it never interested me when it was on. Hearing people talk about it never interests me. Learning more about it and stuff, it's never grabbed me. It's never been a thing that I've had any desire to go, experience. I just don't. The Office I dislike The Office so intensely that it turned me off from even trying sitcoms for years.
Oh my gosh!
The British Office or the American?
The American one. I've never seen any of the British one. It's just not for me. Like that kind of show is just not for me. Which is funny because I got into Parks and Rec later on and I loved it. And I thought, oh well, maybe I'll like The Office. I like Parks and Rec, and I watched a few episodes. I'm like, no, this isn't for me.
Maybe you should start in season 2.
I've seen like the stuff. I've never like sat down and tried to start from the beginning though. Like the stuff I've seen has been like, oh, you want to try The Office? We'll watch this episode or watch this clip or watch like it's been people trying to like show me the things that.
What about the Hannibal Lecter episode?
I mean, look, if you want to, if you have like favorite episodes,
like the best 30. I think the clip is called like the best 30 seconds in TV history.
I might have seen it then because someone's probably shown it to me at some point. But like, if there's an episode,
cut off, like there's like the CPR dummy and they cut off the face. And, like,
I was like, which episode is that? Okay, yeah.
It's he has his heart attack.
The Office is something that I will say I haven't given enough of a shake to like fully.
Well, maybe so Kevin is my spirit animal. So when you watch it, think of that.
Okay, never mind.
I'll never watch it.
Jeff is burning fiery passion and hatred
The
of The
Office,
Office. So.
Seinfeld, The Cosby Show.
Fucking Seinfeld.
All
What's wrong with you? I thought we were friends.
Seinfeld is one of the worst shows ever made, and I can't stand it. It's not funny. It is not good.
Remember in Star Wars when like Padme goes to talk to Anakin on Mustafar, and then he's like, "Yo, hey, I actually did kill all those kids, and I kind of want to like world domination." She's just like, "I don't know who you are anymore." That's right now. Like, I don't know who you are anymore. What is this? I don't know who you or Jeff are.
You have broken my heart more times than I can count by negging on some of my favorite franchises. So I know I understand that it is difficult, but with great therapy, you will get over it.
What have I nagged on?
It doesn't matter because if I tell you what it is, you'll just explain to me why it's stupid and I shouldn't like it. I didn't say nag, I said nag.
What is it that you, aside from Mission Impossible, which I don't really think I ragged on too much because I haven't seen it.
Well, you don't like hate on things excessively or anything like that, but like there have been those moments where I'm like, I love this, or you're like, I hate this thing. I'm like, it's a thing I love. So
now I want to know, what is it that you love that I hate?
I'm trying to remember what they always come up and they always forget them. You don't like Fight Club, right?
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Fight Club's is like one of my number one movies.
Oh, is it the Godfather thing too?
The Godfather is one of my number one films. Like Godfather, I can't remember if it made my top 10 or if it almost makes my top 10, but it didn't. It's almost close to my top 10. Yeah, those are like two for me that I absolutely love that you can't stand. But yeah, and like I understand, Anna, that it hurts and that it's difficult in the moment, but I also understand that with years of therapy and a lot of work and great effort, we will move past this moment and eventually be okay. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. Trust me. I've been there. It's not a good feeling. I understand, so I feel for you. And while I'm never going to like Seinfeld, I'm also confident that in time, these wounds will heal. I also do have a really, really valid reason for never giving Seinfeld a shot again, though. Because I did give it a fair shot. I watched an entire season of it. The person gave me, I think, season 3. Whatever season they said is like the best season. They gave me a whole season to watch. I watched the whole season. I didn't care for it. It wasn't for me. I was like, I can appreciate like why you like it in this. Not for me. That same person like laid down the line, sexually harassed me, and was a total effing creep about it. And so because
turned a corner.
What? I know. That's what I said. So that's why like that's the hard one for me. Like I will never give it a shot again because like I don't like it anyway. I really don't care for the show, period. I gave after giving it a full shot. But that's like my hard line of like, well, that guy fucking ruined it forever. So if you're mad about the fact that I won't give Seinfeld a shot, go fucking tell me.
I'm more upset about The Office than Seinfeld, but
it's just it didn't like.
What about the episode though where like
I don't know.
Beyonce dies because she's too cheap to buy the actual envelope, so she poisons herself by licking the envelopes to their wedding.
It sounds hilarious. But there's just structure in the characters in this. It's just it just never has. It's never.
I'm gonna read super chats so my heart just doesn't keep breaking. Jamie, and thank you for the super chat. That Star Wars Girl talk about. I like how this is in all caps. That Star Wars Girl, all caps, regular talk, all caps about the High Republic and what it means for the past of Star Wars. In the books, they are also just starting hyperspace 300 years before Phantom Menace.
So they're just so I think with I remember reading that one earlier. So in the High Republic era, they are just introducing hyperdrive as a new thing that we can just now do.
Oh.
Which is not a thing because hyperspace and hyperdrives have been around since Revan.
You wouldn't have interplanetary space travel and interplanetary communities and shit without.
But they're not introduced. That hyperspace has been around. It's the hyperspace accident. So basically, what happens in the High Republic is that what starts off this is that there's the Great Disaster, which is basically a car crash in outer space, and the spaceship car crashes into a planet, causes all this devastation in this one system. Which is stupid. Yeah. That's why, and if you watch A New Hope, remember when Luke is giving him shit and Han is yelling at him, he's like, we could, go through a supernova, go right through the freaking star, go through an asteroid field, go through a planet, all that. That's why we gotta wait for the computer to fucking calculate our route before we jump to hyperspace.
Yeah.
That's what it's fucking there for. So there's precautions so shit doesn't happen. There's also these other things on hyperspace routes, which if any of them took the time to look into Star Wars lore, which one of them did, which happens to be the dude that blocked me, who also doesn't know how to tell the lightsaber doesn't do certain things. Anyways, the way hyperspace routes are is that, you know, you put it into the computer and there are paths through space that don't go through supernovas, that won't take you through the heart of a planet, that won't take you through an asteroid field. That's why they're called hyperspace routes, because this is the fastest route from, I don't know, fucking Tatooine to Coruscant. And that's why all of the ships go in there, and you know it's called a hyperspace route. So even though it's not an official highway route, it's basically, this is the route that basically every ship is going to have to take to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's known throughout all of like the Star Wars ship systems, and that's how they all know. It's kind of like how we all have GPS, and this way is, you know, packed, so we're going to take this freeway instead of that one. That's kind of like how it works. What?
I would say the level of idiocy of that is like, if you said there was a hyperspace collision, 2 ships collided, okay, or an asteroid drifted through the path and you didn't know about it, okay. You hyperspaced your ship into a planet? Like, to know how to operate hyperdrive.
That's not what happened. It crashes in hyperspace, and something happens to the ship while it's traveling in hyperspace, which I think it just crashes into something or crashes into another one, which would not happen.
No.
But it does, and then all of the remnants of all of these ships that crash into one another go hit planets. And for whatever reason, even though we know that planetary shields exist, they magically disappeared in the High Republic era. So all of these planets got remnants of these broken ships that hit them at hyperspace or hyperspeed.
How the fuck big are these ships that their debris is devastating planets?
Do you want to watch a fucking video, Jessi? Do you want to watch their stupid animatic explaining it? I watched all of it.
Debris crashes into Earth, it causes problems and can hurt people in small fucking areas coming in from just outside of orbit. The pieces of ship debris traveling at hyperspace are going to be burned to a fucking crisp, probably before they even get to the atmosphere, let alone enter it, let alone penetrate these shields that apparently don't fucking exist anymore. There's no universe in which a hyperspace ship collision causes planets and planets and planets worth of fucking devastation. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Stop science wrong in your shit that's not even a fucking science fiction property.
Well, remember the lady that Justina Ireland, how I found that clip and I released it, where she's talking about she's a history major but she doesn't read books.
Yes.
And she's like, oh yeah, I didn't know that the Civil War wasn't about slavery, that it was about economics. I'm like, what do you think? The South, why do you think the South wanted to keep the slaves? Oh yeah, because the way economics work for certain parts of the country during that time, they had to keep them to be able to keep their systems running. Wow, isn't that funny how it works like that? But she just like, okay.
It could be about economics and slavery because, oh right, the Southern economy was based entirely on slavery.
Exactly, but science and history doesn't matter to some people.
No, reality doesn't matter to some people.
Yeah, exactly. Reality.
Well, I think you got your super chat's worth, Jeannie. Thank you for the super chat. YouTube's new exploding womb algorithm detected it. Yeah, they did. Yeah, no, my channel got hit. I mean, usually my videos would be, at closing in on like 17 to 20,000 after a certain amount of time, and now it's like they don't. I'll watch it and I'll just sit there and it's like the likes go up, the comments go up, but it's just at no views for hours. Or not for hours, I shouldn't say hours. It's at like no views for like an hour, and then it'll finally break 1,000. And I'm like, it's night and day, what my videos were doing yesterday or the day before yesterday to now. I'm like, what the hell happened? Charlie Spur, thank you for super chat. First of all, your boobs always look great. Probably why they flag your videos. Well, thank you. Kelsey drew them very good in that cartoon. Shadow Warchild, thank you for super chat. I know, but I won't tell.
Here's a reference for the reason why our stream got struck.
Right.
Don't keep us in the dark.
Dreethon 405, thank you for super chat. Just because I feel like it, winky face. Well, thank you. Russell Holding with 2 super chats in a row. These stories are BS, but it's still Marilyn Manson. So that's why you're obsessed with Henry Cavill. Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now it makes sense. No. The first movie I saw Henry Cavill in was The Count of Monte Cristo, but he was still a boy.
Aww.
He was a boy in that movie. I like men when they, minimum 30 years old. And, I feel like men are the perfect, 33, 35 to 45. Like, that is when men are in the prime of their life. And, I thought he was, attractive and whatnot. But I'm telling you, when I watched, some of the Witcher stuff and, him doing the fighting things and him doing other stuff, I was like, hello. Just something spoke to me. And when he was in the Superman suit doing the ice bucket challenge, something spoke to me then. And somebody was like, "Oh, Amy Adams." I was like, she was in the video. I didn't even notice her. Yeah. So and then I finally accepted my obsession and my thirst when he built the PC, because I was like, I can't even contain this right now. I got to talk about it, because God knows my boyfriend doesn't want to hear about it. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat. Fantastic Four and four fantastic and intelligent beauties here. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Drunk Three, thank you for the super chat. Little love for this awesome group. Well, thank you. Jedi Connor 92, thank you for the super chat. Hey Anna, what do you think about Bastila Shan from KOTOR? She pissed me off for a long time, and I grew to like her. Russell, thank you for the super chat. He said he wanted to cut Batch's wrist and use the blood for anal lube. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Don't let that sweet smile fool you, ladies. That guy's a psycho.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
No, I remember when you were talking, what does he do when a chick's on their period? What does he, or does he like the pain and the cutting of it?
I don't want to know.
I don't know either. Okay, let's move on. J Lord, thank you for the super chat. Anna, why don't you do your own Star Wars fan cartoon? I have no desire to do that. Making an animated cartoon is a fucking bitch. Mm-hmm. Also, you could be reincarnated into any species, planet, and economic class in Star Wars. What would you be?
That's a great question. Oh my gosh.
I would be a Chiss. And I would be a Force using Chiss. It'd be fucking awesome. And what economic class I'd be? I don't know. I guess I would want to be fucking loaded. You know what I would want? Okay. I would want where, since, the Chiss were outside of, known space and whatnot. So maybe they're from a different part of Force users that use, that don't follow. I feel like I would want to be a Chiss that I would want nobody to know that I have Force powers, but and because nobody knows, I would use that to my advantage. And I would want to be I don't know, if this is in the Star Wars universe, I would want to, I don't know, be somebody, I don't know, high up in the military or something like that. Because I'm not a physically strong person, but the Chiss, they're insanely intelligent. They have almost photographic memories, and when they hear things, they remember that too. They're very stealthy. They're very intimidating, and they kick fucking ass. So I would want to do that on top of having Force powers, and on top of being somebody with some kind of actual powers, considering in real life I have none. I'm not physically strong at all. I think that would be very, very fun. And that's why the only art of myself that I sell is me as a Chiss. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
What about you guys?
I would basically be Han Solo, but Force sensitive. I love the idea of being a rogue, either, completed some Jedi training and defected, or self-taught, powerful enough to figure out some shit on my own or whatnot, and just a rogue badass who just throws some Force shit into my fighting while smuggling or doing whatever else I'm doing. I think I'd be more a mercenary than a smuggler, but that's more my speed. But yeah. So sensitive mercenary.
Which planet, Jessi?
I would probably, the ash, what's it fucking called? The smuggler's asteroid place. That'd probably be my home base, but I'd probably live on my ship.
What about you, Anna? Did you say a planet?
No, I think I would want to be from, you know, well, I mean, not really much is known about the Chiss, but I want to be from the Chiss homeworld. But I would want, if I was like someone like high ranking in like the Chiss military, I would, obviously live on the ship, and then I would want to be able to travel. That would be, like Anakin, I want to see all of the stars in the galaxy, so I'd be traveling a lot.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know what species I'd want to be, but I definitely think I'd want to be an Alderaan before it got detonated.
That'd be cool.
Alderaan, but I don't know. I like a lot of different species. I definitely want to be force sensitive too. Maybe.
No, that's like, give us the fucking force.
Yeah, force. I mean, I'm not going to do it if there's no force, or at least I'll learn, but how to wield it. Maybe.
I'm keen on being human. Although I wouldn't mind like a humanoid race that just had like a different colored skin. That'd be kind of funky.
Yeah.
One of the myriad options out there for that.
Yeah.
I'm down for being human.
Good question.
A great question.
Let's see. Russell, I think we should have Anna's gone full Shane Davis on the stream. That was when I was talking about not wearing pants. Valiant Renegade, thank you for Super Chat. Turn on stream immediately talking about no one wearing pants. Best stream ever, Anna. LOL.
This was an epic stream.
You're welcome. Thank you for the Super Chat. 200 bucks, thank you for Super Chat. You should have Yanzi as part of this stream. I haven't streamed with Yanzi yet. I was thinking about that the other night. I saw whatchamacall. I popped in the chat sometimes because they'll be streaming late, and I saw like John and Shane and Yanzi streaming, and I was like, I thought about it. I was like, I haven't streamed Yanzi. I haven't like officially met Yanzi yet.
What's a Yanzi?
Yanzi is Shane Davis's wife.
Oh, cool.
They're the ones that are doing like the Starlight Cats book together.
Gotcha. Cool stuff.
Ray J's World, thank you for that. You all about Andy Signor versus Zack Snyder? I think Jessi knows what that is. I have no idea.
Oh, he's always been anti-Snyderverse, and he just made a big he's doing a stream or whatever. He's going after him again, basically, and I support it. I know Andy does stuff like that because he's punching up his brand and whatnot. It's fun to punch at the Snyderverse. His new take is that he's calling it the Snyder cult. Basically, I guess some of whatever he's found suggests that Zack Snyder runs a tight little world. So he's trying to bust that open and stuff. I don't know too many of the details about that, but if you're interested in hearing more about, the Snyderverse and the Snyder world, he's doing content on it.
There you go. Skahab, thank you for that. Always enjoyed the randomness. Case in point, approaching 1 year of the Valentine's Day stream, which was hilarious. Hope you do it again. What did I do on Valentine's Day last year? I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
I remember maybe I was drunk.
Probably.
I was streaming, and then I remember Tom came on for whatever reason.
Oh
my God. I don't remember what the stream because me and Pete just had to celebrate it early because I think he had the munchkin, and so he was out of town. I don't remember the stream, and there's probably a reason for that. Russell, thank you for Army Hammer loves hashtag
hemorrhaging for the hoo-ha. Well,
Michael Roth, thank you for that. Was Anna going on about Malin drawing male rear ends? If so, that was probably got the strike. No, but John does draw fantastic man ass. Wilson. Wilson, thank you for the super chat. Okay, I read that one. Happy Black Man, thank you for the super chat. Good evening, ladies. Hope your day is going as good as mine. Hail Doomcock. Well, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. My day's going okay. Actually, it's good. I shouldn't say it's going okay. It's going fantastic. I think right now my energy is just dissipating, and I can feel it like just leaving my body.
I have the answer to your question, Anna, by the way. Dax Luther says you apparently got drunk, fell asleep, and then fell over on the stream.
Why I don't remember it.
That would explain why your memory is fuzzy. Oh God. I do love my drunk. I have a cache of, crazy retarded drunk live streams. So
Budget Gaming, thank you for super chat. This is the first time hearing of this Witcher idea, but I'm digging it.
You've been talking about this for a bunch. Your edit?
I have been, but I don't think there's anyone out. Well, I feel like if somebody did it, they would be like, "You're sexist, against women." But when it's a woman doing it who's been openly, very vocal about her thirst for Henry Cavill, I think I've kind of passed the socially acceptance. I think now everyone's like, that girl needs help. So I think I can get away with it. If anyone can, I think I can. And the Anna cut will be released eventually.
I believe in it. I'm ready for it. I'm never going to watch the original show or learn anything more about it. I'm just going to watch the Anna cut.
I'll watch the Anna cut too. Yeah.
So much better.
Not going to watch The Witcher.
I'm telling you, just the first episode, if you fast forward every scene that he's not in, it's such a better episode.
Leviathan says Gina just advertised Anna's Etsy.
Oh, really weird.
Let's go say. Let's go.
Is it on the Instagram or the? I got a ton of orders. I did pre-orders for my. It's got to be on. Well, it's not loading on Instagram. Is it on Twitter, Jess?
It doesn't seem to be on Twitter. But let me see. Unless she put it in a chat somewhere. But let me see. IG.
She posted my one of my pictures on her on her Instagram, which was awesome. On her Twitter story.
Oh shit! Twitter story, nice.
Let's see. I'm gonna go take a screenshot and scream.
Cool.
She did!
Oh my god, that's badass.
That's so cool.
Is that why I'm getting orders?
Oh, that's so cool. She's awesome. That's so cool. Oh,
thank you. That's why I got this influx of orders all of a sudden. My phone is going crazy.
Wow,
I hope it's coming fast now.
Guys, I think I just got an audition for American Horror Story.
What?
Yeah.
Do it.
That's so cool. Do it, Jessi.
Legitimately just got an audition for let me see what the character perfect for character. Bouncer. Any ethnicity, the bouncer at a drag club. Yes! Oh, dude, I got this shit unlocked. Look at me. I look gay as fuck. I look buff as fuck. I have got this shit. Yes!
I hope you don't die.
I wonder what the
what if the topic of this season is cannibalism?
Ooh.
Oh my God,
cannibalism cult.
Yeah.
Well,
the Cannibal Cafe. And you're the bouncer at the Cannibal Cafe.
This episode is called Blood Buffet. So
That's
what you called it.
I mean, that's sort of,
stars are aligning.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, let's see. God, there's a lot of. Okay, here we go. Why are there so many things here? Can you just?
I'm gonna have to read these super chats because I can feel myself losing energy.
Sorry.
Mike Trout, thank you, Mr. Bet. Just tell Cavill equals, even if he looked like his Justice League CGI stash face, you would still heart him. I do. I didn't have a problem with the CGI. I was like, oh, his face is CG, but still handsome. Russell, 2 super chats. Thank you, Mr. Chat. Cruz may be little on height, but he's big on crazy. Yeah. The Anna pole vaulting meme is truly epic, though. Oh God. I'll show you guys that off air because I feel like I would get in trouble for that one. Budget Gaming, thank you, Mr. Chat. Redo of Healer. The dude legit regrows the chick's arm. It wasn't a standard wound. Healing a normal injury would probably be easy for him. Watch the fucking show. He freaks out over everything. Especially in the beginning. That was his first time healing someone. And of course it was regrowing somebody's arm. But when he just heals people, I'm sure he's got the experience thing. Russell, thank you, Mr. Chat. The song fine, but he should have sped it up. I do agree with that. Adam Wolford, thank you, Mr. Bennett. Anna is a more hardcore rapper than Drake. Yeah, I said. She is a little badass. Even Ice Cube, damn girl, That's some hard chat right there. Thanks. Represent. I would do the
bomb ass lyrics.
Thanks, Redo Appealer. Bear Business, one thing about this is from Much Needed Gold Chains to go with that track. Well, thank you. Russell, thank you for the super chat. You should keep up with the reviews of Redo Appealer. I will. Let me refresh this. I'm like running out of breath too.
Oh.
Jedi Connor 92 things. Hey Anna, you should do painting of Basilisk. Maybe I will. You see that? You see HK? I painted him. R2D2 is not finished, but he's finished enough to where it looks nice in my background. I need to do these ones, these little ones, because I didn't have enough women on my site, so I was like, fine, I'll paint women. I had two girls on my site, and people are like, why don't you have women up there? And I'm like, because I did. Because men are easier to paint. That's why. Men's features are so much fucking easier than a woman's. Because you have to make sure it's all soft. And if you put a line there, it ages them by like a decade. And it's like, like, fine. I'll start doing women. It's a hassle. Maybe. Russell, thank you about the pizza fence terms come from an FBI code list. Well, thank you for that. J. Lord, thank you for super chat. You missed my $10 super chat. To go with what Mahler, Drunk 3PO, everyone else says. If I missed your super chat, I apologize. Instead of sending me a super chat telling me I missed your super chat, just send the question again.
Yes, because we can't. It is almost impossible for us to then try to go back and figure out where the one was we missed because we don't know when it came in, etc. Just resend the question. If you want to let us know we missed it in the question, we'll be very sorry, but include the question as well. Otherwise, telling us we missed it is probably not going to successfully get us to be able to go back and find it.
True.
Russell, thank you for 3 super chats in a row. Cecil's boobs are 100% real and they're spectacular. I doubt that. If you want to fall into a dark rabbit hole, check out James Alfintis kitty tweets that got the whole pizza fins ball rolling dudes a pedo. You know, maybe I want to avoid that for my own sanity, and so I just don't blow a blood vessel out of anger. Did someone say choke can up the butt? What's a what? Who's a what? I think you're talking about the rod thing that I was saying should have been.
The hot rod.
Yeah. John Evan Bear, thank you for super chat. Sexy time juices and who said women can't be dirty? Maybe that's why I started talking about it. Oh, that was an Amber Heard one. That was when we were talking about Amber Heard. Russell, thank you for super chat. Wrong, Jessi. No suit for you.
I know.
DJ Pax, thank you for super chat. Oh, good to see you. It's been a while, dude. You guys are great. Kelly, tell Nova that Ghost says hello. He just got a new kitten friend, and she loves him.
Oh, congratulations. And Nova says hello to Ghost.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
Russell, thank you for super chat. What spoke to you was the word uncle? Fuck you. Sanctuary of Geeks, thank you for super chat. Cut my own stream short as soon as I heard Jedi Bunny was on. The universe needs more Jedi Bunny. Please, Kelly, stream more.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I get nervous streaming on my own. I'm better with people, I think. Although I do like streaming and talking to the chat, but
So just invite us to come on your streams and we'll do it. And just stream with you.
I would love that.
Easy solution.
Set a day and a time, and we'll come on stream with you if you don't like.
Come on ours all the time. Of course, we're going to show up for you.
Oh, thank you, guys. Oh, I feel like Luna Lovegood being included right now.
You're not nearly as blonde.
Yeah, that's the only difference. I'm just as crazy. I'm goofy.
You're your own brand of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I wear it. Okay, Anna, before you fall asleep, keep reading your super chats. Go.
Yeah. Just feel everything that's going. But yeah, just invite us and we'll come.
Yes.
Okay, I will. Keep reading. Don't fall asleep on us.
You got this. You got this, Anna. You got this.
Do it.
I know it's happening. Ambient space noise. Thank you, super chat. You strong, independent wham and Anna. By the way, have you played Fallen Order? No, I haven't. It looks hard. Russell, thank you, super chat. I'd be Jar Jar. He was a real Sith Lord. Damn straight he was. Ambient space noise. Thank you, super chat. I'm drinking and will probably be full simp mode for Anna tonight. Don't hate me for quoting Anakin pickup lines. Ah! Yo, okay. I've said this so many times. You think Attack of the Clones is cringy? You should have gone on some of the dates I went on in my life, because the way Anakin says it with like the lighting and the music, it's like, okay, if it was a different guy, this would be really creepy. But it's Hayden Christensen, like looking at the love of his life, like this woman that he like just has thought about every moment of his entire freaking existence since he met her, and it's like, okay, it's weird, but he's a dorky teenager that's never talked to girls. Like, really, this is his attempt. It's better than most.
Honestly, that stuff never bothered me about the writing. That stuff felt organic. Exactly. It felt exactly the way it should be. He should be that weird and awkward. And, you know, he's this kid tripping over this first girl he's ever liked and whatnot. That shit was always fine with me. And I do think people, you know, go over the top criticizing it sometimes.
Yeah.
Looks like you got two more.
You can do it, Anna.
Good try. Nikki, thank you for super chat. Do you think a lot of Gina Carano hates Dreams for more jealousy than her refusal to bend the bullying toxic? I did not read that correctly. Do you think a lot of the Gina Carano hate stems more from jealousy than her refusal to bend to their bullying tactics? I think it's both. What do you think?
I think the bullying tactics to start with are because of jealousy. I think all of this rage and bullying and wokeness and shit from this, you know, the social justice hate mob is just jealousy of not wanting to tear down anybody else who has enough confidence and self-assurance to be their own person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I concur. I don't want Anna to fall asleep, so you got to make it.
I know it refreshed. Okay, I forgive you, Anna, because I know you don't mean it. We're not related after all. Fuck you. And with that being said, I'm done with Super Chat. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully this will be already uploaded on my secondary channel. Go check out Jessi's channel. Go check out Kelly's channel. Actually, they're both in the description of this video. Huh. And this will be uploaded onto my other channel, That Star Wars Girl Live. Hopefully it doesn't get like the death of the YouTube.
I sent one more. He said, have you seen the video about Hayden being adorable on the Star Wars set? And there's a story mode difficulty in the game just for you.
Good night.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in. I'll tell you where I thought I came in. In the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off, I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training.